Wampus Cat football is on the air. The 2024 Atoka Wampus Cats are presented by AmeriState Bank. The Atoka Wampus Cats are sponsored by Brown's Funeral Service, Farmers Insurance Agent Lucinda Holland, Logan & Sons, and Shamrock Bank. The 2024 Wampus Cats are brought to you by Westside Dentistry, the Studeville Family of Dealers, and First Bank. The Wampus Cats are sponsored in part by D&H Wholesale Tires, Genesis Abstract, and Ritter Express Pharmacy. Also helping to bring you the Wampus Cats, the RX Shop, H&L Custom Processing, and the Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma. And now let's head to the field for your Atoka Wampus Cats.
Welcome into KHKC 102.1 FM. This is the Ion Sports Network, and I'm Michael Gabbard alongside myself, Kalen Nagorski, for Friday Night Lights. A little bit of a longer week, if you will. We got an extra day to prepare for the broadcast, and we still weren't prepared for it, as we are set live in Spiro to take on the Bulldogs today. In Spiro, a team that's got a lot of rich tradition on not just the football field, but the baseball field as well. And they have been super friendly. We're excited to be here, and it's set up for beautiful weather. It's a little cloudy here tonight, but as far as it's not too hot, it's not too cool. It's a really nice 74 degrees right now before kickoff.
Yeah, beautiful evening for some football. Really looking forward to this football game between the Atoka Wampus Cats and the Spiro Bulldogs here.
Now, we are out in the stands at the current moment doing the broadcast tonight, and it's not because Spiro put us here. It's just because tight quarters, so we wanted to have a little bit more room. So we're actually out with all of the fans here for Spiro, and it is their senior night tonight, so they have got a few activities going on here today. But if you are listening to the radio, you can watch this game live from Wampus Cats Atoka on YouTube. That's Wampus Cats Atoka on YouTube. And today's video presentation is brought to you by AmeriState Bank. On the go and informed, that's banking with the ASB Everywhere app. You can download on your iPhone or your Android device, absolutely no cost. And it takes us into our pregame as well. Spiro, a team that's struggling right now as we look at the standings. Atoka sitting at number 4 in the districts. We're going to get to a little bit of that coming up here in just a minute. But 2-5 on the year for the Wampus Cats. Spiro coming in, led by their head coach David Hogan at 2-5 as well. So somebody's going to come away with their third win tonight. Hopefully, if you are a fan of Atoka, it's going to be the Wampus Cats. If you're a fan of Spiro, you got a chance here at senior night with a lot of emotions coming into this game.
Yeah, there's a lot of activities taking place here in Spiro this evening, but as far as the matchup between the Wampus Cats and the Bulldogs go, I really feel that this is pretty straight up. I mean, it's kind of a heads-up matchup. I think that they both possess pretty much the same talent on both sides of the ball, and, you know, I think we're going to be prepared for a good game tonight.
You know, we go on the road quite a bit, and Spiro has a lot of really good things going on in their school district. Really, you grew up in the area, or not grow up in the area, but you lived in the area for about 8 years, so you can kind of tell us a little bit of the of what there is to do in the area. But as far as their public schools go, very good public school system, one of the best in Oklahoma. Hands down. You know, some of the facilities a little bit older, but you sit there and you look at the facilities and you think, oh, man, Atoka's got it really, really good with the facilities that we have.
They do. I mean, but you're kind of comparing oranges to apples type of deal. But, you know, Spiro's public school system is a phenomenal facility with great staff and caring teachers. You know, their facilities are always kept top-notch, and they take great pride in their school, as all of us do. So we appreciate them being so welcoming this evening and having us here for this game.
Absolutely. Our pregame show is brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. And if we look at Spiro's record right now, they're 2-5 on the year. Their 2 wins coming from Wilburton and Morris. You know, looking back at the Wampus Cats, their 2 wins coming from Wilburton and Morris. On paper, you would think Atoka should run away with this victory, but not so fast.
No, like I said, I think it's going to be a heads-up matchup. I think the talent on both sides, both teams is pretty fair, and both teams have had their struggles and their successes. So I think we're tuned in for a battle this evening.
Kalen Nagorski on the call with me, Michael Gabbard. We're going to step aside and go into some of our pregame show coming up. And then we're going to talk more about this football game. But I thought this was really cool. If you haven't had a chance to go check out the podcast that Atoka has set in place, they've got 3 or 4 different podcasts. We try to put some sort of video into our pregame show just to kind of inform you and show you what there is. So I've got a really good clip, and it's going to talk about the esports teams and what esports has going on for a brief minute. We're not going to catch the whole thing, but if you do want to subscribe to the Atoka Public Schools YouTube page, you're able to just by simply searching Atoka Public Schools, and it will bring up their podcast. They've got it with the middle school. They've got it with the football team, the sports broadcast. They just have random ones, just fun ones in regards to the podcast, and it gives the kids an opportunity to do something that we didn't have as kids.
No, I couldn't even imagine having what these kids have today. So I really encourage all our viewers and all our listeners, go give the podcast a listen. The kids think it's really cool. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, they're super pumped about it, man.
I love it.
Oh, they were really great. Well, let's hear from them. And this is one of the Atoka podcasts. It'll be about 8 minutes, and then we'll get into our pregame festivities for Friday Night Lights in Spiro, Oklahoma. We'll be back in just a minute. It is KHKC 1021 FM, The Brand. Your pregame show is brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of our podcast. I'm with my co-host, Mr. Wolf, and I'm Grayson. Today, we're going to be going over an interview over esports, what they do, and primarily just all of that. So, Mr. Wolf, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you, Grayson?
Pretty good. Is there anything going on in your life you'd like to share? Or?
Well, esports is kicking and is very busy. We had a game yesterday. Took the L in Fortnite, but it'll be all right. We're going to keep pushing forward to playoffs. Overwatch for middle school doing really well. Even our Valorant team, who is new to us, is doing pretty well. And then our Rocket League team also doing well, both in OESL and in OKSE. So we're having pretty strong season, but it's still pretty early on.
All right. Is there any games that you want to bring over to the school eventually, or?
We've had some conversations about a lot of different games. The game on the horizon for me right now that has potential to be a good esport is probably it's a game called Deadlock. It's made by Valve, same people that make Dota.
TF2?
Yeah, and it's a new MOBA, but it's a third-person shooter MOBA. It's something that's a little bit different, not the norm for MOBAs. Normally they're either top-down camera or third-person is really only Smite is the only MOBA that does that. But this is a third-person shooter that does it, and it's pretty neat. It's different. I just don't know that it's quite ready for esports yet, but it's getting there.
Is there anything interesting about any of the seasons individually, like Rocket League, Fortnite, Valorant, Overwatch?
Well, right now, Smash Brothers in OESL is doing what they call crew battles. So instead of being a 1v1, which is what Smash traditionally is it's 3v3. So you have teams of 3, and you stack, and then you go against each other one at a time. It's a different way to do Smash. I think it's pretty cool. It brings that team aspect to Smash, which is really what it's missing. When teams participate together in practice, they play against each other, they encourage one another, they talk about what's going good, what's going wrong in their gameplay, but in crews, you do it together, so it's pretty cool.
So is there any players that are specifically excelling in Smash this year?
In Smash? Well, a lot of our Smash players are seeing improvement. Specifically, I'll start from our bottom to the top, if you will. Drake Turman has been doing a very good job getting better a little bit at times, swapped heroes on me, and has been playing very well. JC Cassidy also playing pretty well. Sticking with his Bowser, which is pretty cool. He's been working on that since he was in middle school. RJ McCoy and Kingston Crowder both doing very well. RJ swapped up from the Jigglypuff to the King K. Rool on me. So he's learning a new hero, but he's doing it well, and he's fighting strong. Kingston sticking with his classic Isabel, and so he's been honing his skills on her and doing very well. And then our top two, Henry McClure and Landon Keaton, both playing their mains that they've played for a long time in Ridley and the regular Link, if you will, doing a very good job of playing those characters to the fullest, playing very well. Their rivals right now being Bing, which we'll play this Friday during our tournament at some point in time, I figure, and we'll see how we do. They're a pretty strong team.
So, how's the Valorant team this year?
Valorant is interesting because it's a game that I'm having to learn as we go as well, but I think we're doing okay in terms of where we're at as a team. We're still growing, we're still learning, we're still figuring out what heroes work best for us. Jackson Riley has played 4 or 5 different heroes in our games, working through the list basically, and Quincy Keaton doing the same thing, but Quincy's a little bit more seasoned on Valorant, so he can do that and feel pretty good on any hero. But Jackson, mechanically speaking, always does a good job on any game we play, but learning the nuances of those abilities for those different heroes in Valorant has been interesting to see. Him thinking outside of the box to try to make things happen, and then just the team as a whole, learning how communication is different from Overwatch, because the bulk of our Overwatch team is playing Valorant right now, and so the communication roles and the way that you communicate in Valorant is much different because it's a much slower game.
So the big question is, have we beat Colgate this year?
Have we beat Colgate? Yes, we did beat Colgate in Valorant.
What's the score?
The score for that Valorant game, I think, was it's 1st to 13, and the score was 13-3, I think. So it was a pretty strong showing from us. And then we did also beat them in Fortnite, and so pretty good time.
If we beat them in Overwatch this year, I think we probably need to reward the Overwatch team this year, maybe.
I think you just want to reward Grayson.
I'm not in Overwatch myself anymore. I'm a Valorant player, so I can't really say anything. So is there anything for any other games? Like, there's also Halo back this year, right?
Halo is back this year. It was kind of out of left field. I didn't really expect to have Halo back. We had it 2 years ago, and then last year we didn't at all, but had some desire for some Halo, and so we played that. We're doing that in OKSE, and right now our Halo team is actually undefeated. They're doing pretty well.
They were also undefeated during 2 years ago, right? Was it 3 or 2?
I think when we went into playoffs, we were, yeah. I think that's right. We might have lost one, but they were very strong going into playoffs 2 years ago, yeah.
What place did they make, if you recall?
I think we finished 5th or 4th. It's one of those two. I just remember we didn't get a trophy, so I know it wasn't 3rd, so it had to be 4th or 5th. Ran into some really strong teams out in western Oklahoma that really gave it to us. They were some strong teams, great teams. That's one thing that I've enjoyed about esports. You have these rivalries that happen, but once the game is over, good games and lots of fun to be had, and some just really good coaches and good players in our state.
Is there anything else you'd like to add before we move on to an entertainment topic today?
No, I think if you're not following us at Atoka ISD on Twitch, then you're missing out on all the fun esports. So,
speaking of Twitch, when are you guys going to unblock that off our Chromebooks so we can watch you guys?
You have to watch it on your own time. All you students like to watch stuff in the middle of class, so we can't have it.
I mean, if we unblock the YouTube for a podcast, I think we can unblock Twitch for...
We'll have to talk to Mr. Bray about it. I don't know.
Stream on YouTube, guys. Come on. Well, moving on to entertainment. First off, this is something I know you know a lot about. Mm-hmm. It's the Microsoft acquisition of Blizzard.
Yeah, so that happened over the summer. It was a really big deal if you were following it at all, because this was something that Microsoft has been trying to get game developers, because they want to make games that players enjoy. That's the heart of what they're trying to do right now, or at least that's what the guy that runs Microsoft or Xbox right now, Phil Spencer.
I thought he retired.
No, he's still kicking and going and doing a great job. Now, the guy that runs Microsoft may have, but the guy that runs Xbox, Phil Spencer, probably didn't.
That's probably what I'm thinking of.
Technically, that's who acquired Blizzard, is Xbox, and what they have done is they've been trying to get these game studios, and I think they're wanting to try to help game studios make games that people are going to enjoy and have fun playing. It caused enough of a stink that PlayStation actually sued Xbox because they felt like they were going to be getting a monopoly of these games that were coming, because Blizzard Activision owns Overwatch, WoW, Hearthstone, even Call of Duty falls underneath that umbrella of Activision. So
Call of Duty was the main
it was
thing.
The main thing.
Okay.
But Microsoft very eagerly decided, all right, we'll go into this lawsuit and we'll prove that we're not doing any of these things, and we're not trying to make a monopoly here. What we're trying to do is make good games and make sure the most people can play them. This is the first time that Call of Duty will be worldwide released in years because PlayStation has had a stranglehold in a deal where they get everything a month earlier when it comes to Activision things. So this is something that's really good for Microsoft, and I think it's good for the gaming community as a whole. Phil Spencer is somebody that, in my experience, seeing how he's handled Xbox since the Xbox One, has gamers at heart, wants the best for the Xbox community, and wants people to enjoy games.
So is there anything else you'd like to add to the acquisition of Blizzard before we move on to our next topic?
I think Phil Spencer's going to do a great job helping Blizzard make better games.
Check out every podcast Atoka has to offer at Atoka Public Schools on YouTube.
Ameris State Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At Ameris State Bank, you're more than a customer. You're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at ameristatebank.com. Ameris State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get the coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance agent Lucinda Holland can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling agent Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3744 to find out how she can help you protect the things that matter most to you. That's Lucinda Holland.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Your pregame show is brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. Find your summer adventure and bring along everyone you love. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Yes, our pregame show is brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. Michael Gambard, Kaylin Nagorski on tonight's Friday Night Lights call from Spiro.
There you go.
I said Sparrow. I'm Jack Sparrow here in Spiro this afternoon. Take on the Bulldogs as the Wampus Cats coming into this game 2-5 on the year. Spiro the same, 2-5. Wampus Cats taking on another dog in the Bulldogs, and they are a program. They've had a lot of success over the few years. They've been kind of down the last 8 years, 6 years or so, but they produce some really good football talent out of this area, and it is a team that you don't need to overlook.
No, Spiro's nobody to sleep on. I mean, they came well prepared this evening at senior night. All the mommies and daddies and grandpas and uncles and everybody's here. They want to see a good football game, and I guarantee you that's what they're going to try and bring them.
Now, Spiro, they're 2-2 on the year in district play, just like Atoka. The difference is they are at negative 14 points opposed to Atoka's 0. So right now Atoka's got that 4 spot, and they need some really what they need is a big win against Henrietta to overthrow that 3rd spot, and that's going to be a really tough one. You got to take care of business here against the Bulldogs. You have to take care of the Bearcats next week of Antlers, and then you got to go to Henrietta and make sure that you take care of a really talented team as well. So a 3-game stretch that's very vital, very important for the Wampus Cats and their playoff bid.
Yeah, and everything from here on out matters. Not that everything before this didn't, but being that we're right here, right now, everything from here on out is very important, and to take it one game at a time is also important. Don't get too honed in worrying about Henrietta and Antlers. We're going to get to that, but right now they've got to worry about taking care of business here in Spiro.
Yeah, I mean, you want to take care of business. You're on a 2-game skid right now where you lost 48-0 against the number 1 team in 2A2, and then you lost to Valiant by a score of 49-0. So 2 straight weeks you haven't produced a score on the board. Tonight you want your offense clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, it is absolutely 100% critical that Atoka gets their offense established and keeps their offense on the field and try and dominate the time of possession.
Again, your pregame show brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. The video presentation of tonight's game on Wampus Cats Atoka on YouTube is brought to you by Ameristate Bank. And, on the go and informed, that's banking with Ameristate Bank's mobile app, ASB everywhere. Download for free or on your iPhone and Android device. Kaylin, let's take a look at Atoka and their football team, and we'll take a look at all of their players here for the Atoka Wampus Cats tonight.
Zero, Austin Jackson, defensive end, junior.
Number 1, Timothy Wingo, kicker, sophomore.
Number 2, Prince Goldman, wide receiver, senior. Number 3, Adam Middleton, strong safety, senior.
Number 4, Michael Miller, linebacker, freshman.
Number 5, Javen Keaton, corner, sophomore.
Number 6, Chieftain Camp, wide receiver, freshman.
Number 7, Wade McCall, linebacker, junior.
Number 8, Peyton Henson, running back, freshman.
Number 9, Kaiser Mullins, free safety, junior.
Number 10, Ezekiel Brooks, running back, sophomore.
Number 11, Zachary Jim, strong safety, sophomore.
Number 13, Luke Morris, junior, kicker.
Number 15, Peyton Pugh, quarterback, senior.
Number 18, Nathaniel Eve, strong safety, freshman.
Number 19, Malachi Brooks, wide receiver, junior.
Number 20, Case Shores, defensive end, junior.
Number 23, LJ Lefevre, wide receiver, senior. Number 24, JD Bland, running back, senior.
Number 25, Tatum Floyd, quarterback, sophomore.
Number 26, Landon Floyd, cornerback, junior.
28, Roslyn Hembest, receiver, senior.
32, Axton Tapley, D-end, sophomore.
33, Roper Rector, linebacker, freshman.
Number 35, Tristan Coben, linebacker, senior.
42, Joshua Morris, tight end, sophomore.
44, Keaton Rector, linebacker, sophomore.
45, Tegan Richardson, fullback, junior.
51, Lucas Johnson, O-line, freshman.
52, Jimmy Villers, O-line, sophomore.
60, Tyler Rector, O-line, senior.
61, Pepper Jackson, offensive line, senior.
62, Chris Finley, left tackle, sophomore.
63, Dylan Clark, center, senior.
69, Emmanuel Love, nose guard, sophomore.
71, Sidarian Washington, defensive tackle, junior.
72, Thomas Pacheco, offensive tackle, junior.
73, Hayden Cooper, offensive tackle, senior.
75, Parker Beck, nose guard, freshman.
81, Axel Figueroa, wide receiver, freshman.
85, Tregan Ridgeway, tight end, sophomore.
Number 88, Robert Ingram, defensive end, senior.
89, Andres Garcia, defensive tackle, sophomore.
All right, welcome back in. That is your players for the Atoka Wampus Cats. I was going to say starters, but that was the entire team. We got 12 minutes on the clock. It is kickoff time in Spiro as the Bulldogs set to take on the Wampus Cats here at home. And what an exciting matchup we've got here tonight. Kaylin, Still waiting for our camera person, so we're going to see if I can run camera for the meantime until that starts off. But again, big game for the Wampus Cats here tonight. Friday Night Lights. Long drive home. You definitely want this one to end with a W.
Yeah, it came a long ways. That's a long bus ride home to think about all the bad things you did. Let's focus on the good here.
And the Bulldogs will receive the kick and are down towards the painted numbers of the 30-yard line. And that is where the Bulldogs will set up shop on their own 30.
So the Wampus Cats have chosen to decline until the second half, I see. Pretty typical call as you're on the road here. So as you see it here, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on the 30-yard line in a shotgun formation. Trips left open. Atoka's defense ready to get it rolling, and there is a flag to begin our first play of the game. We're going to take a look down on the field here, and it's going to be, I believe, offsides on the defense, if I saw that correctly.
I believe you were right.
So that's going to give Spiro with a first and 5 attempt.
Spiro would come out in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers set off to the far side of the field. Setting back, now taking off towards the painted numbers of the 40, up to the 50, to the 54, before finally dragging his feet out of bounds, and that was Bryson Graham, the senior quarterback. He's a tall kid, too. Stands at 6'6", 220 pounds. He is not going to be an easy guy to take down tonight.
No, I see Spiro has some size on their team tonight. They've got a guy at 6'6", 6'2", another guy's 6'2", another guy's 6'3".
Yeah.
Some big kids up north.
They definitely have some dogs on that Spiro Bulldog offense. Shotgun once again. 4 set off to the left. Rolling left. Now towards the painted number of the 50. And wide open. Caught at the 30 and punches his way down to the 20. Maybe even the 19-yard line. But he drew the defense in, talking about quarterback Bryson Graham. Drew that linebacker and cornerbacker in. And was able to make a throw on the run for a big gain by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Zach Jim was sitting out there at corner, and as the quarterback rolled out to the left side, they drew him up, which freed up that wide receiver, giving them the big play.
We'll get instant replay going later on. Shotgun rolling right. It's a screen play, little bubble screen, caught out at the 20 and then dragged down at the 10. It'll be enough to move the chains as he gets all the way down to the 5-yard line. That's number 18 on the reception, Preston Darnell.
What I'm seeing here early, Michael, is that Atoka's defense is sending pressure from the outside. Number 16, Tylen Rector, trying to put some pressure on that quarterback and rush him out of the pocket.
Kalen, take over on this play for me, if you will.
Yes, sir. Your quarterback drops out to the left side and rolling, and looking for his wide receiver in the end zone and not going to get to him. Atoka's defense pushing him out of bounds at the 9-yard line. I believe it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal attempt for Spiro here. The play moving out of bounds there, it appears we had a Wampus Cat player with a minor injury as he was tackled out of bounds, made the tackle out of bounds rather. So here we go, Spiro Bulldogs, 2nd and goal. Quarterback looks to pass to the end zone, and he looks for his receiver, number 11. Not seeing number 11 here on my roster, but the pass was incomplete nonetheless. That's going to bring up a 3rd and goal situation for Spiro. Atoka's defense trying to hang in there and prevent them from getting that first score of the game here. Spiro eager to get on the board as this is their last home game of the season.
Thank you, Kalen. So shotgun formation, one running back in the backfield. They're going to hand off up the middle and dragging his way in for the score. And a successful drive there for Deshaun Jones, the junior, standing at 6'2", 225 pounds. That's a big old boy down there running in a score for Spiro.
Yeah, you bet. You don't see too many 6'2", 225-pound high school players. So
no.
That's a lot of beef rolling downhill.
So Spiro sets up their first successful offensive drive. I can't speak. And the kick is up. And the kick is good. The Bulldogs on the board first here, as we'll be back on the Ion Sports Network in just a minute.
Ritter Express Pharmacy in Atoka has been serving as your local hometown team. Since 1972, the Ritter family has been dedicated to your health and well-being. Now with the 3rd generations in pharmacy school and medical school, they are continuing to strive to bring the latest in healthcare innovation to our community. They understand life is busy and have 2 convenient drive-through windows and are well known for their fast and friendly service. Ritter Express Pharmacy is very appreciative of the support of the community over the last 50 years and will continue to work hard and evolve to earn your business. If you need free delivery, a vaccination, a wheelchair, a brace, specialty compounding, a unique request, or just good medical advice you can trust from people that care and are invested in the community, then Ritter Express Pharmacy has you covered. Choose Ritter Express Pharmacy. Experience the personalized care you deserve. Ritter Express Pharmacy is your trusted partner in health.
Ameris State Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At Ameris State Bank, you're more than a customer. You're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at ameristatebank.com. Ameris State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Welcome back into the Ion Sports Network on KHKC 1021 FM. The Bulldogs on top of the Wampus Cats 7-0. A successful drive to start off. They had 12 minutes on the clock, and in 2 minutes, they were able, well, less than 2 minutes, they were able to score on a 4-yard run by number 20 Jones to go up 7-0 with the extra point. It was a 70-yard drive on 7 plays. They averaged 10 yards a play on that possession.
Yeah, they had a big breakout play that got them down deep, and then they had one of their big running backs punch one in. So Spiro drawing first blood here in this game.
So the Wampus Cats look to try to do the same here with the ball placed at the 41. They're going to sweep it out to Ezekiel Brooks, your player of the game from last week. And a nice pickup on the play for about 8 yards, and that'll set up a 2nd down and short opportunity for the Wampus Cats.
Man, Ezekiel, another great running back for the Wampus Cats. He really put in the work last week down at Valiant. I know they didn't get the outcome that they were hoping for, but he sure did put out the effort.
Yeah, you know, you and I talked about Ezekiel Brooks last week a lot. He was a workhorse. He did everything he was supposed to do on the offensive side of the ball, and unfortunately it didn't produce points, but they look forward to seeing that here tonight by this running back committee. Here's the handoff. J.D. Bland in the backfield, and it is a fullback dive up the middle, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down, I do believe.
Thus far, Atoka's offense steadily moving downfield. Hope to keep that momentum early here in this game.
One thing I will say is the band is out, the band is loud, and it's cool to hear the band in the background, is it not?
I'm kind of enjoying sitting with the crowd here. I feel like we're doing big things here in Spiro.
We had a couple of fans turn around and say, hey, good job, but it's not Spiro, it's Spiro. So there's that. And now ace formation here by the Wampus Cats. There's 9:04 remaining on the clock. Sorry if you're watching the video. Now we got flags. If you're watching the video, we do not have a running clock on the scoreboard tonight. So there is just the quarter. I will try to keep you up to date on the time as much as possible, but it is 7-0. The Wampus Cats trail, but on their first possession of the night with 9:01 remaining here in the first quarter. And now you get a 5-yard penalty, sets you back 5 yards, and you're set up with a 1st and 15.
Yeah, these are situations that you want to direly keep away from this evening.
Probably going to go look for a longer play here. Sweep left side. Jukes past one defender, gets up to the 50 before being dragged down at the 47. I don't know if they're going to give him that spot either. I think they're going to spot him a yard short of where he actually was.
Yeah, he's still got at least another 12 yards to pick up that first down.
It's like they spotted him 2 yards short.
Yeah, and it doesn't appear that they marked his forward progress.
Handoff. Brooks up the middle and picks up some positive yardage, but it's going to bring up 3rd down. Let's take a look at that play quick.
Yeah, from our view up here in the stands, it did appear short.
No, it was short. It didn't appear short. It was short. Would have made all the difference. It would have been somewhere around 7 yards. And rolling out to the right side, we've got flags out. Peyton Pugh looking to throw downfield, but again, penalty flags on the play.
I believe they're going to call the Bulldogs for a face mask. Let's see if I'm correct on this. Yep, and that they will. So they're going to call the Bulldogs on a face mask, which is going to help the Wampus Cats with a probably. Well, it's not going to help us as much as what I was thinking. Some help is better than none.
When you get the ball a yard short of where the ball should have been. I'm going to harp on that one for a few minutes, and then I'll let it go eventually. But you got shotgun formation here by the Wampus Cats. Ball is placed towards the far side of the field. Brooks in motion, and now we've got, this is going to go against the offense. Illegal formation. And now you can push it back an additional 5 yards. And, you know, you don't want to start off your first drive of the game, you know, especially coming off of 2 losses with penalties to start off.
No, we talked about this being a critical game for Atoka's offense to really, you know, click and gain that momentum to get some points on the board, because we really need to get some points.
You want to be able to set the tone early in these games, and right now you're faced with a 3rd and 14 with 7:26 remaining in the first. Shotgun, 3 wide receivers set off left, rolling out, bootleg, pass out towards the 40-yard line, caught. And will there be extra yardage for Kaiser Mullins? I don't believe so, but that was a nice pickup. And it's going to be 4th down and about 1 for the Wampus Cats. What do you do here, Kalen? Do you go for it right here? You try to build the momentum? Because I think you do.
I think you do, too. And, man, what a clutch play by Kaiser Mullins, coming up with a big-time catch for the Wampus Cats to keep them marching down the field.
Spiro, I will say this, they have looked good on the defensive side of the ball. Maybe not as great as they looked on that first offensive possession on the other side, but Atoka right now with a 4th and 2 is what they're going to call it. And it's an I formation. 1 wide receiver set off to the right, near side of the field. Handoff, J.D. Bland gets up past the first down marker, spins around and barrels his way up to about the 29-yard line.
My man, J.D. the Bus.
The Bus.
Looking good out there this evening.
Yeah, he is. One of my favorites. Not that I like to play favorites, but he's definitely one of my favorites.
Well, he's just an all Good kid, and he's a tremendous athlete. We really enjoy watching him play.
Just the effort there you see on the screen. I formation once again. It's first down and 10. Another handoff to J.D. Bland, and he'll pick up some positive yardage. And he'll bring up second down and mid here for the Wampus Cats.
You know, I think Coach Cup, in a hard situation with giving these offensive play calls, I really do think that he does a tremendous job by letting a lot of the key players, the key playmakers, touch the ball, move the ball around.
Yeah, you're going to see him throw a bunch of different stunts each week there on the offensive line. And a handoff once again. J.D. Bland just a workhorse down low as he drives his way close to that first down marker. And yeah, they're going to move the chains on that one. And another first down. Atoka, they're going to be in the red zone for the first time tonight. It's their first offensive possession. And we talked about this early on. There was a lot of penalties there at the beginning of this drive, but it looks like things are starting to click in the running game for the Wampus Cats. They haven't had to do a lot in the air yet.
Yeah, their offensive line doing a great job getting on their blocks and making room for their running backs.
I formation, handoff. J.D. Bland once again lowering the boom here on the Spiro defensive line. And he'll pick up some positive yardage. 5:12 remaining in the first quarter of play. It's 7-0 as Spiro went on top for their first offensive possession. Atoka in the red zone right now with the ball near the 10-yard line.
This is what you want to see from the Atoka Wampus Cats, is keeping their offense on the field, getting those first downs, and putting points on the board.
We're going to call it second down and 6. You got to get to the 8 for a first down. Under center, Peyton Pugh. Handoff. They're going to call flags here. I believe that's going to be a false start on the offense. Let's see what the White Hat has to say.
Just as I was giving them a
False
little
start.
bit of credit. Son of a gun.
So will be second down and 11. 4:34 on the clock. First quarter. Nice turnout, too, for Spiro tonight. It's their homecoming. Atoka actually has a pretty decent crowd over there considering the distance this week.
Yeah, this was a long one for the Atoka crowd. Spiro's not a short trip by no means.
You can tighten it up a little bit. Sweet play out to Ezekiel Brooks, cuts his way to the 5, barrels his way in for the score, and it's a touchdown for the Wampus Cats. No flags on the play? Oh,
yeah,
there's a flag on the play. Well, let's go back and at least look at the second here on this drive. Ezekiel Brooks with the sweep, cuts his way back, hurdles one, and barrels his way in, but we're going to see, and it looks like it's going to go against the Wampus Cats once again. And boy, just how many penalties have we had on this drive?
I'm counting 5 right now. Is my tally incorrect? What do you have, Mike?
I had 6, but I thought I was wrong. Maybe it was 5. Yep, 5.
So penalties being a big deal here for the Wampus Cats early on in this football game.
Handoff, Brooks, caught. Second down and 14. .334 remaining first quarter, and this has been a quick quarter so far because, again, a lot of running. Both teams have established the run early on. Spiro actually looked really good throwing the football there on their drive, too. I was very impressed with their starting quarterback. Shotgun here. And they're going to get Jim on a false start. He lifted the second leg, if I want to be correct. And They're going to get them for another false start. So now that's 6. And it went down from what was it, 2nd down and 6 to now 3rd down and 18.
3rd and a mile.
Penalties, man.
Yeah, these are mistakes that are going to have to get cleaned up in a hurry.
You found yourself in the end zone or the red zone, and now you're backed up all the way to the 25. You've got to get to the 8-yard line for a first down. They're going to try to do it with Jim, but now they go back to Peyton Pugh at the quarterback spot. And another flag.
That's going to be a false start.
Kalen, did you bring any of your laundry to the game tonight?
Yeah, I've got a couple handkerchiefs that I could assist them with.
Might have some shirts and some pants for them to throw out there on the field if they're running out of laundry at any point in this game. And it's another 5-yard penalty against the Wampus Cats. So maybe we'll get a playoff right here. Shotgun. 3 wide receivers set right. Pressure in the backfield, and Peyton Pugh is down. The ball comes out, and the Wampus Cats fall on top, backed up to the 41-yard line. Kalen, they were at the 14-yard line.
Yeah.
The 14-yard line, and now you're set at the 41 and a 4th down.
Just so many mistakes. You know, that time Peyton was pressured by number 64 and Tyson Covey, the senior, and also number 20, Deshaun Jones. Deshaun Jones, man, he's a hoss, 6'2", 225 pounds.
He's a big kid.
But, you know, Atoka really not doing themselves any favors right now with the amount of penalties that they've racked up on this offensive drive.
Here's the punt. It is a high kick.
Beautiful
Takes an
punt.
Atoka bounce, slows down, and, boy, I would have just let that one roll into the end zone. I believe did number 5, Traven.
I think they downed him. Yeah, they downed him right at the 1. What a tremendous job by special teams.
But did Traven actually touch the football?
Yes, sir, he did.
Well, then that would have been down there, right?
Correct, prior to rolling into the end zone.
No, he did not. He did not touch it. Okay.
Oh, he did not?
No.
Oh, my apologies. That is my mistake.
I thought he put a hand on it.
I thought he did too, but I am incorrect.
What a punt.
Yeah, that was a beautiful kick.
And now, with the ball placed at, what is that, the 1-yard line? Yeah, 99 yards to go. Quarterback keeper cuts upfield and hit hard by the defense. And I believe that was number 35 getting into that one, Tristan Coben.
Yeah, Wade McCall was there to assist as well. Might have been Roper Rector. I'm not 100% sure.
I just saw Tristan Coben and you got to, guys, if you're watching the video, keep in mind that you have a better view than I do from where we're standing at right now. So that's just the one I saw that made the initial contact.
Hey, nonetheless, we want a swarm of Wampus Cat hats on them.
And again, quarterback keeper rolls out far side of the field and is close to the first down marker. I think they're going to mark him just a bit shy of that mark.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of action from Tylen Rector this evening coming off that outside end, putting pressure on Spiro's quarterback, making him really uncomfortable. And right now, that play calling is working for him.
They gave him the first down at 10. So they went ahead and moved the chains. I thought he was about a yard shy. 3 wide receiver bunched up to the left. They're looking to go deep down the field, and it is caught at the 35-yard line, down at the 49. What a passing catch. On the reception was Traven Alala, the 5'7", 150-pound junior for the Bulldogs.
Man, what a tremendous catch by that young man.
Boy, and what about the pass, too? Bryson Graham. You haven't seen a lot of teams that can throw the football with success like that, and Graham has really done an excellent job of moving the sticks. It is the second quarter of action. We got more coming up here on the Ion Sports Network. Stick around. 7-0. Spiro on top of the Wampus Cats. Second quarter coming up.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technology such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big, and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
Second quarter of action. Our score is 7-0, 12 minutes on the clock. And the Bulldogs on top of the Wampus Cats as they are on the road. And a big play here in the passing game. It's caught near the 35, works his way to the 40, upfield, towards the middle of the field too. And that is a nice passing catch there for your quarterback, Bryson Graham, who has really looked the part here. He does not look like a quarterback that is playing for a 2-5 football team at the moment.
No, absolutely not. He doesn't have the size. I mean, this is a big kid. Yeah, 6'6", 220. Crazy amount of size for a high school athlete.
As we switch sides, Spiro has worked their way 60 yards or 59 yards on the drive, but they'll lose a few on that play.
Man, Tylen Rector coming in with a big-time tackle for the Wampus Cats there. And Tylen's doing a good job this evening, man. He's fired up.
Shotgun once again. 4 wide, receivers set off far side of the field. Ball placed near side. And rolling out, Grayson on a little bubble screen. We got flags on the field, so Laundry comes out. We'll see if that comes against the Bulldogs, and I believe it will. I didn't see anything that would promote a flag from the Wampus Cats. And it did go against Spiro. 10:38 remaining here in the second quarter. 7-0, Spiro on top. This drive in the first quarter, Kalen, started at the 1-yard line. And they are at the 50. They have already gone 49 yards on this drive. But this is the longest down that they've had all game with second down and 20.
Yeah, Spiro showed up tonight on senior night to let everybody know that they're not done this season just yet.
So shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers set off left, 1 right, looking to pass on a screen once again, and gets up to about the 40-yard lines before being dragged out of bounds. That time on the tackle was number 5, Javen Keaton. It's a guy they rely on a lot on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, he's also a great wide receiver as well. We've talked about that several times this year, about the receiving core of the Wampus Cats. They've got several weapons to choose from. But right now, he's doing his job on defense.
Shotgun. Graham sets back, moves up in the pocket, moves his feet, rolls outside of the pocket, gets upfield, past the first down marker, and up to about the 25-yard line. It'll move the chains and give Spiro a little bit more room to work with, as they have gone 74 yards on this drive, and they're still moving the ball with a first down.
Yeah, Spiro looking pretty good this evening on defense thus far. Their passing game has looked pretty strong. They've had a couple of breakout plays.
You know, if you're Atoka right now on defense, I know you're probably tired. Hands on the hips right now, big sign. Shotgun. And quarterback keeper jukes upfield, picks up 2 yards before being dragged backwards. It was great defensive pursuit inside as Atoka was able to slip through the A gap there with Wade McCall. Wade, a guy, you know, teams have tried to work around him. He's an extremely good talent.
Yeah, and you know, that's no joke either. We've witnessed it all season. They see him on film and they don't want to run his way because they know that he's a tremendous athlete.
Looking to pass once again. And in the backfield, the Wampus Cats making the sack. That was Tylen Rector on the offensive or the defensive line making the play. Had a little bit of help. Was that Tristan Coben in the back?
Yes, sir. I believe you're correct.
I believe, was it Roper Rector? Keaton Rector. Let me see one more second. They said
been Roper.
They said Rector for a second. I saw
Roper Rector.
You know what? We got a timeout. I'm just going to look at it. We're going to keep it here.
Just take a look at that.
Would you look at that? Let's see here. It was number 60. One more time. Yeah, that was Andres Garcia and Tylen Rector. So I had it right.
Never doubted you for a second, Mike.
Well, you know. Sometimes I'm smart. Other times I'm, most times I'm not. Whatever.
How about a hand for those cheerleaders tonight?
So we had a quick timeout.
Yeah, 8 minutes and 48 seconds to play here in Spiro.
Second quarter. Shotgun. Setting back to pass. Defense in the backfield. It's another screen. Nobody there to cover the bubble, and technically that was a halfback screen. And that's where the Bulldogs are doing most of their work right now.
Yeah, the bubble screens and the pitch to the outside, they're taking our DBs way downfield and they're opening it up wide open in the flats. No one's there, so we're going to have to make a defensive adjustment on that for sure.
Yeah, I remind you because this has been a long drive. You know, we started this drive off with, 4 minutes left in the first quarter. There's 8:38 remaining in the second quarter. And it started off at the 1 yard line. Shotgun, rolling, defense in the backfield. Another screen, nobody there to cover on the screen. And I believe, did he get in? They're going to call him short by 1 yard. Man, 98 yards on this drive so far.
I mean, that's saying something. It really is. I know Atoka's defense getting more down.
11 plays. 98 yards. And a second, or 97 yards, let me rephrase. And it's second down and 2. Handoff up the middle, quarterback keeper, and he will stand up for the Bulldogs' second score of the game.
Yeah, and that is number 2, Bryce Graham. That 6'6", 220-pound senior that we've talked about this evening. He is a hoss. And the Bulldogs know how to use them.
And the hole is good. Snap is good. The kick is good as well. 14-0. Spiro at home and on top.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
H&L Custom Processing is proud to support the Atoka Wampus Cats. A family-owned business by Gary and Charity Hensley, H&L offers custom processing of wild game as well as local livestock. H&L is USDA certified and makes it a goal to provide excellent service, cleanliness, and up-to-date processing services in their state-of-the-art facility. With immediate openings for beef and pork processing, H&L is here to help get your team ready for tailgating or backyard cookouts this season. Stop by and check out their facility in Colgate or call 580-258-0263 for more information.
8:22 remaining in this game. It is a short kick caught at the 35, down near the 33. And Atoka set up with decent field position here, but trailing 14-0 after a 13-play, 99-yard drive for a 2-yard touchdown by their quarterback, Bryson Graham.
Wow. Wow, 99 yards. So if you're Atoka coming out right now, you've got to be thinking about playing smart, playing clean.
I think they're going to spot this at the 34. .66 yards Atoka needs here on the drive. Ball is placed near side of the field. It is a low snap, and Peyton Pugh will just pick it up and take off with it left side of the field and gets up to about the 44. Or I'm sorry, the 39.
Yeah, smart call by Peyton. He knew the snap was low and the play was busted, so he just scooped it and tried to pick up what he could. Did pretty good, too. He picked up 6 yards.
Wampus Cats set up far side of the field, high formation. They're going to hand off to J.D. Bland, who busts his way up past the 50, still dragging defenders down to about the 32-yard line. What a play by the bus, J.D. Bland.
Yeah, how about my man down there putting in work?
Huge chunk of change there for J.D. Bland as he busts through 4-5 tackles to get that first down.
You got to give some big-time credit to number 61, Pepper Jackson, the offensive lineman. He pulled and got out front and was doing some tremendous blocking for J.D.
Shotgun. Zeke in the backfield, man in motion, and you can't have two motion men in one set. So that is a flag against the Wampus Cats. Surely they knew that, right?
Procedure call again against Atoka.
Yeah, you know, for me, just this late in the season, I feel that some of these penalties can be avoided that we've experienced here this evening, thus far.
You can tell Zeke was a little confused why he was getting put in motion. Handoff, J.D. Bland busts through another hole, lowers the boom once again down to the 30 and to the 29-yard line. That is enough for a first down and about 5 extra yards as the Wampus Cats get into the red zone once again tonight.
Yeah, see, these are the things that we want to see out of the Wampus Cats is them, the time of possession on offense and putting points on the board. And right now, they're headed that way. They've got the momentum. We're continuing to do good things.
J.D. Bland already looking very, very good in this game. See if they hand it back off to him. They will. He's met at the line of scrimmage. He's working for extra yards. And, man, I'm telling you, he looks like who was in that backfield with Reggie Bush back for USC? White. Was it Rondell White, I believe was his name?
Oh, man, I'm not going to recall that one.
He is running just like him there in the backfield. Even though White was a running back, he played a lot of the fullback position as well.
Man, you know one thing that excites me the most about JD is, did you see how far he drugged that pile?
I know.
He drugged that pile.
That's what I'm saying. Back in the early 2000s, Mr. White, now we've got another flag on the field, and Coach Cup is not happy right now. He is very colorful and adamant on the sidelines as he brings in the next play here for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, and Peyton knew it too. He was frustrated as well.
2nd down and 10, 5:46 remaining here in the second quarter before we go to halftime. Be sure to stick around for halftime as well, as your halftime show is brought to you by Logan & Sons. Whether taking on large commercial landscape or your own backyard, trust Logan & Sons with a full line of Stihl, Hustler, Exmark, and Spartan Outdoor power equipment. It is another run. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and nowhere to go there for the bus.
No, number 20, Deshaun Jones, had his number on that play there. Thank you, sir.
You know, and it really hasn't, Spiro doesn't have a 14-0 lead right now because of anything specials they've done on defense. It's just been the penalties on the Atoka offense.
Yeah.
They're averaging 6 penalties right now. I'm sorry, 5 penalties right now per drive. And here is the QB keeper. Gets maybe 2 on the play. Now you got a long 4th down situation with 4:30 remaining on the clock. And this is, at this point in the game, Caitlin, it's 4-down territory. You can't do anything other than go for the 4th down conversion right here on a 4th and 9.
I agree with you. You've got the ball placed at the 29-yard line. You know, you're already down by 2 scores. Absolutely.
And Atoka will take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. It is the Ion Sports Network on KHKC 102.1 FM.
My name is Dr. Matt Holcomb. I'm the owner of Custom Dental of Atoka. We pride ourselves to always being up to date with the newest in technology in dentistry. Have you ever wondered what it would take to have that smile you've always dreamed of? Come visit us, Custom Dental of Atoka. We'd love to go over that with you. If it's implants, if it's braces, if it's cosmetic dentistry, we'll do whatever it takes to get that smile that you've always hoped for and dreamed of. We love serving people, love serving our community, love serving God. Come see us and see how we can take care of all your dental needs.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
It is 4th down and 9 here for the Wampus Cats with the ball placed at the 18-yard line. 4:14 remaining in the first half of play. 3 wide receivers set off to the left side of the field. Ball placed near the near side hash. Rolling left side. Throw is batted away by number 5, Traven Alala. And that is a turnover on downs as the Wampus Cats head onto the field with their defense. And Spiro, 2 straight drives, the last one ending on 13 plays, 99 yards, with a 2-yard run by their star quarterback, Bryson Graham, in tonight's game.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to give credit on that. That's pretty darn impressive.
Graham accounted for the majority of those yards on that 99-yard drive. I think they only handed the ball off once during that possession. Just a lot of screens. We'll probably see that again here as there's just one wide receiver set off to the right. There's the screen once again, and the defense is running zone, covers it up, but a big push in yardage as he gets past the first down markers. And I believe that was Jaden Berry on the reception. And that is a huge pickup of 24 yards. And this is the thing, Caitlin. I mean, we can go back and look at this. You've got 3 wide receivers set here to the far right side, one cornerback here, and you've got your zone coming over with McCall, but that still leaves you 2 versus 3. They've got to figure out a way to cover that up.
Yeah, they may need to walk their free safety up. I'm not sure how you approach that correctly, but it's going to be.
Well, if you don't have one of those receivers going over the top, you bring your safety in. Handoff.
Yeah, Spiro really not doing anything spectacular per se right now on offense, but what they're doing is working well, and that's what they're doing is they're working it to their advantage.
Shotgun. 3 wide receivers set right. Looking to throw down the field. It is high towards the 30 and caught and out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Spiro can do no wrong with their quarterback, Bryson Graham. And another throw for massive yardage. And moving the sticks once again, the Bulldogs trying to go up 21-0 here with 2:47 still remaining and an opportunity to score, as they are 5 yards shy of the red zone for the 3rd time tonight.
Yeah, my goodness, what a deep ball by Bryson Graham, my goodness.
Shotgun 4 wide receivers, another screen play. And now cutting left side, lots of Wampus cats that way, cutting back right, and McCall makes the play. Now we've got flags on the field again. Are they going to get them for, is that going to be a personal foul against the Wampus cats?
It very well could be.
I don't agree with it.
Let's see what the white hat says.
No, that was holding against Spiro. We'll use hands. So there's that. Stick around for the halftime show once again, brought to you by Logan and Sons. 2:27 remaining. The clock is running at the moment. 1st down and 10 with the ball placed at the 25. Spiro with the football. 5 more yards before they get into the red zone for the 3rd time. And looking to pass. And another throw, zone. And cuts up past the 1st down marker to about the 5-yard line. And just a little dump-off play there to the running back for Bryson Graham. And a big chunk of yards as the defense was kind of caught off guard trying to get that sack.
Yeah, it was just a short little screen that Connor Reed, number 7, he kind of came back to Bryson Graham there, and after the catch was able to pick up quite a few yards.
$80 yards so far on this drive. Looking to go deep towards the sideline. Caught. Little fade route into the end zone. And another score for this Spiro offense.
Yeah, Bryson Graham able to stand in the pocket and find his senior tight end, number 40, Davis Carter, there in the corner of the end zone for another touchdown for the Spiro Bulldogs.
Atoka is 10 straight quarters without a score right now.
Yeah, you can't help to think that there has to be a sense of urgency coming from the Wampus Cat sideline right now with a minute 36 left to go into the half.
We'll be back here on the Ion Sports Network. Our score is 21-0. Bulldogs on top on their home field with 1:36 remaining in the first half.
H&L Custom Processing is proud to support the Atoka Wampus Cats. A family-owned business by Gary and Charity Hensley, H&L offers custom processing of wild game as well as local livestock. H&L is USDA certified and makes it a goal to provide excellent service, cleanliness, and up-to-date processing services in their state-of-the-art facility. With immediate openings for beef and pork processing, H&L is here to help get your team ready for tailgating or backyard cookouts this season. Stop by and check out their facility in Colgate or call 580-258-0263 for more information.
AmeriState Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At AmeriState Bank, you're more than a customer, you're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at AmeriStateBank.com. AmeriState Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Welcome back. Our score is 21-0 as Bulldogs on top. The Wampus Cats get the ball. Cuts up to about the 40, down to about the 42. Forward progression will seal that up. And Atoka trying to put points on the board for the first time tonight and match the offensive production that is of Bryson Graham tonight, who has just been absolutely stellar throwing the football in tonight's game. And Spiro, again, on top. It is senior night. A lot of emotions go into senior night for a team. You never want to be that team that gets called to go to a senior night or a homecoming.
No, because you know that they specifically chose you. I mean, that was well thought out in advance.
Typically when that would always happen, we would always take great offense to it,
Yeah, I mean, as you should in a competitive setting.
Shotgun. Peyton Pugh holds on to the football, pushes his way upfield. And, of course, Atoka will start off in about the 40. What did they have that at? The 43?
Yes, sir.
Well, they had it at the 42, and they gained a yard on the play. Minute 9 left. Second quarter. Wampus Cats have had a lot of success on their drives, but they've gotten into the red zone twice and weren't able to capitalize on those opportunities. Through wide receiver set left. Peyton Pugh steps up in the pocket, rolls out left side, throws it down the field, and it is caught but out of bounds. And are they going to give it to him? I think they're going to say no, he was out of bounds for sure.
Yeah, who was that on the? That was number 19.
Yeah, I believe that was 19.
Malachi Brooks. Malachi did a good job of coming back to the football as he could see Peyton was being rushed out of the pocket. That's a good relationship between a receiver and a quarterback. When a receiver can change his steps that quickly on the fly and come back to the football, that's what a good wide receiver does.
Unfortunately, it is 3rd down and 8 for the Wampus Cats. J.D. Bland, the lone back in the backfield out of the shotgun formation. Peyton Pugh looking left, goes deep, and it is caught past the first down sticks and out of bounds. It was a nice passing catch. And I believe that was Malachi Brooks once again. Caught him at the far sidelines, and they get the ball up to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, Peyton not afraid to throw across the field.
And you got to throw here because you've got 30 seconds remaining. You're down 21-0. You've got to have something going into the half, whether it's a field goal, something just to say you did something. You've gone 10 straight quarters so far, if indeed this quarter would be the 10th quarter in a row that Atoka has not put points on the board. And in the backfield, Peyton Pugh is dragged down and loses yards on the play. The clock will start to run. Now, Atoka does have 2 timeouts, and we'll probably see a timeout called right here.
Yep. Yes, Atoka will choose to take a timeout.
That timeout, we'll take a timeout as well. 22 seconds remaining, 21-0, Bulldogs.
Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma has some exciting news. Opening this fall, the new location at 457 South Mississippi Avenue in Atoka will open. This large, modern health center will be able to provide comprehensive health care complete with an in-house discount pharmacy, serving all patients, regardless of their ability to pay. Same-day appointments available, accepting insured and non-insured patients alike. Open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Fridays 7:30 to 11:30 a.m. For more information, visit the current location at 1556 South Virginia Avenue. Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma. The right team making a difference.
45. Welcome back. 21-0. Bulldogs on top. 22 seconds, Kalen.
Yes, sir.
You've got to take a shot downfield. What are you trying to do here? Do you try to get a deep post play? Do you try to keep it, to the sidelines? Do you expect Spiro to expect the sidelines pass here?
I think they do. You start running an up and out, fade up and out.
2 safeties set back. I think you throw the post here. I think you throw the deep post here from the right side. And they're going to run it looks like the post. He had a man open down low, but couldn't get the ball out. He's sacked. Peyton Pugh goes down, loses yards on the play. And it looked like Malachi Brooks had an opening, but the defensive pressure there from the defensive line just kind of swallowed up that action from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the junior, number 20, Deshaun Jones for the Bulldogs has really been all over Peyton this evening. Granted, he's 6'2", 225, so he's beefy, but you've got to come up with a way to stop him.
I think you take a shot. You take a shot right here. You have to, obviously, 13 seconds. Or do you avoid the chance of getting an interception and you just kneel the ball down? I don't think you do that with the timeout here.
No, I think if you throw it up and you do end up getting an interception, then I think you're still safe. I don't think that they'd have the ability to run it back.
Well, you say that.
I say that, and I've known to have been wrong. I've only been wrong once.
2 wide receivers set off right here. Ball placed far side of the field. Shotgun formation for Peyton Pugh. And they're going to throw. The ball is short of the hands for Javen Keaton, and that will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Keaton frustrated on that last play. That pass was just a little too low for him to grab a hold of. I know Peyton's doing everything he can to stand tall in the pocket and produce something for his receivers. But right now, the Spiro Bulldogs posing a problem for that right now.
Here's the punt. It is a deep kick, caught at the 27, dragged down right around the 28. And now you have 4 seconds on the clock. I think we'll probably just see Spiro take a knee here and take this one into the half.
Yeah, let me give credit real quick to number 11, Zach Jim. He was down there on the punt team doing a good job covering. But yeah, to add to what you said, Michael, I think you're right. You've got 4 seconds left until the half. You're up 3 scores. I take a knee and take it into the locker room.
Saw big plays out of J.D. Bland here in the first half, but outside of that, Atoka unable to put up or produce points in this first half. And if I'm not mistaken, go back and look at this schedule. Atoka didn't score points in the fourth quarter of Morris, did they?
Not that I recall.
So that would be 11 quarters.
Yeah, their offense having just a heck of a time coming together and being able to put some points on the board.
Shotgun. They are not going to take a knee here as the Bulldogs run another screen. Cuts up to the 30, up to the 40, passes 2 defenders, and is finally dragged down on the Atoka Wampus Cat side of the field at the 42-yard line. But that will end the first half of play. What Jaden Berry on the play. And that takes us into halftime. Atoka trailing 21-0 as we will step aside. And your halftime show brought to you by Logan & Sons. We'll be back in just a minute.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
I come to Dr. Hookham because he was highly recommended. I had dentures ever since I've been 20 years old, so I've had them for 50 years. And out of the 50 years, I had to use all the dental cream and tooth goo. And it's terrible. They got the implants where they snap in and out. And I could not tell you how proud I am of them. And he is great. It's worth the trip to Atoka just to have him work on you.
Let Dr. Holcomb change your life forever. Visit atokadentist.com.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technology such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
Logan & Sons in Atoka has the outdoor equipment from top brands to make your outdoor work or play a cinch. Still, Exmark, Hustler, Spartan, Intimidator UTVs, and Envy neighborhood vehicles are in stock and ready for you. Stop by today at 853 South Mississippi or call 580-889-3329. Logan & Sons proudly supporting all our local athletes.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank. here for possibilities.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you.
Well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on this 2024 Silverado. Or get $5,750 total cash allowance. That's 10% below MSRP.
Chevrolet, the #1 selling truck brand in Texoma.
Welcome back to Spiro, Oklahoma. We are live on location for Atoka Wampus Cat football that is struggling offensively right now. They have been for a few games. Their last score that they put on the board was against Morris in the third quarter, which I believe happened to be a field goal at that time in that third quarter, midway through the third quarter. And since then, Atoka has not produced points against a team. And what do you think about that first half right now?
That first half was nothing but a bag full of penalties is what I saw. I don't have the stat on that. I was just asked by one of the fans here that I'm sitting next to in the stands. He asked if I had that stat, and I said I don't, but I said if I had to guess, my goodness, we must be 60 yards in penalties right now.
We're averaging 5.
So big problem with the penalties.
16 penalties, I believe, here in the first half. That's a problem. Atoka was able to get into the red zone twice in the first half. But weren't able to produce once they got past that 20-yard line. They got the ball all the way to the 14 at one point, and it backed them up to close to the 40-yard line for a long fourth down situation where they ended up having to punt that ball away. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Now, some positives on the defensive side. You know, you've got to sit here and think, okay, how is Atoka going to match against that little bubble screen that they ran? I've noticed a few times that they've switched things up a little bit. They've ran a little bit more zone, some contain there to the outside, but with no success so far. I mean, we got to look at Bryson Graham right now. He is just having a field day out there throwing the football around to his wide receivers.
Yeah, that kid's having a phenomenal game this evening. And to see a kid with his kind of size in high school athletics down around our part of the state is a little uncommon, but nonetheless, size aside, man, he's having a good night. Bryson Graham with the Spiro Bulldogs.
Our halftime show is brought to you by Logan & Sons. And roaming the neighborhood or the back 40, doing an Intimidator UTV or an NV crossover. Test drive one today at Logan & Sons in Atoka. Kalen, what are your thoughts so far on this game?
Well, Atoka is a team that has a lot of talent. And you've seen that tonight from Peyton Pugh. You've seen it from J.D., Malachi Brooks, Ezekiel Brooks.
I think mainly right now, yeah. I mean, you look at, there was a couple of offensive plays there with Malachi, a couple of stretch plays. You had, to me, J.D. Bland has been the highlight of this game. And you look back at some of the play calling and you think, do we go to him more in the second half versus what we did in the first half? Because when he touched the football, it was positive yardage each time.
Yeah, and they were finding success there on the right side. It'd be the left side of the defense, but on the right side there for JD. So I don't know if you go back to that. I think a lot of the penalties came from a lot of motion-induced play calling on offense. So I don't know perhaps if they've drawn up some plays that they were keen to this week. I don't know. But with the amount of penalties that we have racked up thus far in the first half, I would back off of that and kind of go back to the bread and butter of some things that we know that works.
Been kind of a slump again offensively. We saw some bright moments there for the Wampus Cats. Again, I thought J.D. Bland had an extraordinary first half. Maybe try to get him the ball a little bit more down low. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it at the moment. And to me, listen, I don't like to talk about, what I would do as a play caller because I am not a coach, okay? There are way more qualified people down there on that field than I am to draw up plays. But from what we saw there in the first half, J.D. Bland was untouchable. I would like to see the ball in his hands a little bit more. And you know what? Just pressure the defense. Make them stop J.D. Bland, and then you have an opportunity at some play action if you're able to hold the line long enough to throw down field where you're getting a look that, some RPOs towards, J.D. Bland to make them think that they're going to J.D. Bland and pop one down the field, on a nice passing catch for some positive yardage. I mean, you've got to look at the play calling right now and think, okay, outside of the penalties, because the penalties are obviously coming in this game, you got to wrap those up. But how are we going to move drives instead of getting, again, backwards plays with those penalties?
Yeah, time of possession on offense and putting points on the board. We've had great time of possession of the ball. We have not had success with putting points on the board thus far. There's a whole second half of football to play. But we've got to make some drastic changes coming out of halftime.
It's pre-snap penalty. I mean, that's the majority of what's going on with the Wampus Cats right now.
But, man, I tell you one thing that I've noticed that's sticking out real big to me tonight is number 60, Tylen Rector, and the effort that he's putting out on defense. That guy's running around like a wild man out there. He's looking good. So definitely keep an eye on him in the second half.
Tylen Rector, the senior, standing at 6 foot, 185 pounds. Again, you talk about his effort tonight. It has been good. Unfortunately, his effort has been on the defensive side, and they've given up 21 points here in the first half. It's 10:42 remaining here at halftime. 21-0. Spiro on top and at home. And so Atoka needing a big push here in the second half. And I don't have to stress it but one more time. 11 straight quarters without a score for the Wampus Cats. Even if I'm wrong on that, you're still looking at 10 quarters.
Yeah, and I know for a fact that when they reviewed film this week to prepare for Spiro, that they knew the bubble screen is what they do, and they do it well. And here they are tonight, dropping bubble screens like it's going out of style, and they're having success off of that. So let's make a defensive shift. Maybe bring the safety down, scoot your outside linebacker out. Just do our best to make the adjustment and put a stop to those bubble screens.
Your halftime show is brought to you by Logan & Sons. Whether taking on large commercial landscapers or your own backyard, trust Logan & Sons with a full line of Stihl, Hustler, Exmark, and Spartan Outdoor Power Equipment. Follow Logan & Sons on Facebook. We'll take a break. Our score again here at halftime, 21-0, Spiro.
Since 1971, Westside Family Dentistry has been committed to enhancing the natural beauty and function of your smile while improving your oral and overall health. Using state-of-the-art technology, our friendly staff will take care of all your needs, from routine care, crown and bridge, implants, and even orthodontics, including Invisalign. Westside Family Dentistry is the premier choice to create beautiful, healthy smiles for the whole family.
At D&H Tires, all they do is rims and tires. That means when you buy from D&H, you're getting the best deal from experts that know. Cars, trucks, SUVs, even ag equipment. If it needs rubber to roll, then you need D&H Tires. The best deals on tires and rims in Atoka and Cole County. So hurry into D&H Tires, 309 South Mississippi in Atoka, and follow D&H Tire on Facebook for their ever-changing specials. D&H Tires, tires for everyone's budget.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
The RX shop is now under new ownership. Jason and Sedana Lanig and their 2 daughters are longtime residents of Caney and are looking forward to continuing the same great service for you and your family. They're excited for this opportunity to serve our community and invite you to let them help you with your healthcare needs. Call 580-889-3331, 580-889-3331, or come by 872 West 13th Street in Atoka. RX Shop thanks you for shopping local.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
This is KHKC 102.1 FM live on YouTube, as you can go watch this game live at Wampus Cats Atoka if you're listening to the broadcast on Radio Land. And our score at the half right now, 21-0, Spiro on top. Both teams coming into this match 2-5 on the year. They've won against the same 2 opponents. But right now, Spiro on top with a 3-score lead. Let's take a look at some of our other games going on in 2A2 as looking at our own district. Vian right now on top of Wilburton at the half, 42-0.
Ouch.
Yeah. Valiant, let me turn this down just a little bit as we got some kids yelling in the microphone. Let's see here. Valiant on top of Morris right now, 28-0 at half. Let's see here. A big one, number 7, Beggs at Colgate, and Beggs on top of Colgate, 34-0 at the moment. That's a big one. Here's a surprise one right now. The close game, at least relatively close. We know Antlers is going to be a tough matchup. Henrietta is on top of Antlers, 15-0 at the half.
Well, Antlers keeping it close, aren't they?
Yeah, a little bit. And Antlers, they are 3-4 on the year, 2-2. Why does it? I'm curious to see why they've got Antlers 1-4-1 on the year. That's not updated.
Valiant at Moyers. Valiant up 28-0. Is that what I see?
Morris, 28.
Valiant. Oh, Morris. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 28.
Getting old. My eyesight's going.
Yeah, I already mentioned that one, Kalen.
My apologies.
What are you doing over here? I'm
just
kidding.
It's hard to find good health these days, folks.
It really is. Just kidding with you. So halftime right now. We've got about 4 minutes left before we start this game. We're going to take one more break. When we come back, we're going to talk about this second half coming up here in just a minute. I am excited about the second half. I think it's an opportunity for Atoka to come out mad and fix those penalties that they had in that first half.
Yeah, if you're Atoka and you're not angry right now, you need to check your pulse because there's something that's wrong.
We'll be right back here on KHKC 102.1 FM and the Ion Sports Network.
Ameris State Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At Ameris State Bank, you're more than a customer, you're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at ameristatebank.com. Ameris State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get the coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance agent Lucinda Holland can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling agent Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3744 to find out how she can help you protect the things that matter most to you. That's Lucinda Holland.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
Or you like them built tough.
There is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka. And StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
Proudly serving you and your communities.
Since 1971, Westside Family Dentistry has been committed to enhancing the natural beauty and function of your smile while improving your oral and overall health. Using state-of-the-art technology, our friendly staff will take care of all your needs, from routine care, crown and bridge, implants, and even orthodontics, including Invisalign. Westside Family Dentistry is the premier choice to create beautiful, healthy smiles for the whole family.
Welcome back to Spiro America, as Spiro on top of the Wampus Cats. 21-0. Michael Gabbard, Kalen Nagorski, the Polish god of thunder, on the broadcast tonight. You know what? I'm curious. Where did we get that name for you? You were doing the Wilburton game with me about 5 years back.
So a long time ago, Michael called me up, and I was currently a Spiro resident, and he was driving up to Wilburton, and he asked me if I would do the game, and I said absolutely. So upon getting there, out of left field, he pulls this name, and it has stuck ever since.
The Polish god of thunder. I don't think there's a better nickname than that.
Your Nagasty, that's what a lot of people refer to me as these days, but, you know, it's whatever.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into the names that people call me, but it usually has something to do with my height. Whatever. I don't care. 21-0. We're heading into the third quarter, so I'll change the scoreboard just for a minute. We do not have a clock for the scoreboard tonight, but we will next week, as we'll be at home taking on Antlers, and hopefully an opportunity for that third spot in districts, depending on how this game goes for the second quarter. But right now, Atoka's got to come out with a sense of urgency as they trail 21-0. And, you know, it all starts up front. It starts with those silly penalties that we talked about. And again, you're having those motion penalties. To me, I almost would get away from the motion a little bit because that's where a lot of those penalties are coming from. And, again, I said this at halftime, give the ball to JD. He is getting positive yardage right now. Make them stop JD, and that'll open up some of the passing game for you down the stretch.
Yeah, and here in Spiro, we've had a little bit of success with the passing game, whereas last week in Valiant we did not. So we have that rolling, you know, for us tonight. But, no, I agree. There was something that was working for us on the right side of the line with JD running the ball. Give the ball back to him.
Now, we did see that a few times in the first and second quarter where they would hand the ball off to JD a couple of times, and on that third time, they would, make a nice stop against the Wampus Cat offense. But I think, if you line JD up in some of those spots, and again, I know play action is so hard at the high school level, especially when you're dealing with some line issues and things of that nature. It's a little bit slower to get, developed. downfield, but I think you can find a way to get some rollouts. And even to me, man, you know, some of those flats that you talked about with our tight ends, trying to get our tight ends in play, you know, going back to kind of that old school Atoka offense where most of the passing yards came there in the flats from your tight end position. I think if we're able to get back to that a little bit here in this game, you might have a little bit more success against, you know, Spiro's defense.
Yeah, I agree, because that's what Spiro is doing to us right now. They're hitting us in the flats, and it's posing a large problem.
You know, going back to the first 5 years of Coach Cup's tenure, you saw a lot of those passes. You didn't see hardly any passing game, but when you did, you saw it to the tight ends. Now, obviously, Atoka's got a lot of talent there at the wide receiver spot. Let's hit them with something different. You know what I mean? Just get something different in a look that nobody has seen on film yet, and trying to put up some points here early on, and then go back into what we're looking at.
It's funny you say that, because you said give them a look at something that they're not familiar with, something that they haven't seen yet. I think that's what they were trying to do in the first half with all of that motion on offense that was leading us to big-time penalties. I think we need to pull back off that, pull the motion back out.
Again, your halftime show is brought to you by Logan and Sons. Follow Logan and Sons on Facebook. They are located right off Highway 6975 in Atoka. Very easy to find with a great line of, I mean, you name it, anything yards you need, they've got. Matter of fact, I took my lawnmower to them a couple of months back, had my lawnmower fixed. They do a lot of great repair work on lawnmowers as well, if you were not familiar. They'll even come and pick it up for you. That was helpful for me, because I don't own a truck or a trailer.
Yeah, they're all serious down there. They're a great group of folks, some great mechanics. We're thankful to have them as one of our sponsors here on the broadcast.
The Wampus Cats set to receive the kickoff. You've got Brooks in the backfield. Set to return this kick from Spiro. And it is a pooch kick. Caught at the 38. Jim picks it up and gets it to the 43-yard line. And so great field position for the Wampus Cats to start our second half.
Yeah, you know, I've noticed that a lot from Spiro tonight, is that they're not kicking the deep ball on a kickoff. It's more of a squib kick towards the sideline. Kind of confused by their tactics.
Their tactics. Well, Atoka will get great field position at the 43. And Zach Jim will come out.
Yeah, looky here.
Quarterback position. We'll see if this is permanent or just a temporary thing. And in motion, Jim will run, and another flag out on the field, and there's that motion. I don't think they're going to call it for a motion, but a nice run there by Jim as he picks up about 4 yards. Doesn't matter. It's going to be coming back as it was against the Wampus Cats. Let's see what we got here.
Illegal shift by the offense.
And that's exactly where we saw the penalties in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Atoka and I'm seeing that, you had problems within the first half. You come out, and on the first shift in the second half, same result, do away with it.
No, I've got to agree with you. If it isn't working, get away from it.
I formation for the Wampus Cats. Handoff, J.D. Bland cuts right side, off tackle, dragged down in the backfield, but he picks up positive yardage on the play, about 4 yards. You like to see the 4-yard gain on first down. First down and 15, you know, regardless, you want to see a couple more yards, but you can't complain about 4 yards on a run.
No, I mean, if you're picking up 4 yards on every run, you're moving the chains and you're walking down the field. So if that's where we're having success, let's key in on that.
Brooks, Ezekiel Brooks, Bland in the backfield for the Wampus Cats. And looking to throw, Pugh caught. Zach Jim gets up, dances his way past the first down marker all the way into the Bulldog territory as the ball is placed at the 37-yard line. It's enough to move the chains and more here for the Wampus Cats as they trot over towards the Spiro side of the field.
Boy, how about the second effort by Zach Jim, the yak yards, the yards after the catch. The guy doing a good job moving down the field, trying to pick up extra yardage.
So here comes the Wampus Cats. Here come the Wampus Cats. Shotgun. Quarterback is Zach Jim. He'll keep it. Cuts upfield. Still gets positive yardage. Passes the original line of scrimmage. But that's going to bring up third down.
Man, you know, I enjoy seeing the team effort here between the quarterback spot being shared between Peyton and Zach. I think they do a good job of balancing that out, and both of them do a tremendous job at that spot.
They got second down on the board, but I don't think that's right, is it? 9:47 remaining in the third quarter. J.D. Bland, Zeke in the backfield, and Peyton Pugh back at quarterback, and he'll try to throw this one away. Gets past where the initial pocket was, and so Atoka does not lose yardage. There's no penalty, and now there's a penalty.
Yeah, the senior Daniel Howell, number 55 of the Spiro Bulldogs, coming untouched. And after observing the call down on the field, the flag was thrown against the Wampus Cats for intentional grounding against Peyton.
Was he not out of the pocket?
He appeared to be out of the pocket to me.
The ball is placed on the left hash. He rolled out. He was basically at the 50-yard line. I mean, where else do you want him to be?
Well, and I didn't see a receiver in the area, so that may have played a part in that too. I don't know.
Still throw the football out. I formation, third down and 12 is what they've got on the board. And looking to go deep down the field, and it is caught! Wow! What a play by Malachi Brooks. Gets down to the 5-yard line. What a throw, back shoulder for Malachi Brooks. Peyton Pugh put that in the only place that Malachi could catch it.
Yeah, throwing it into double coverage, but my hat's off to Malachi Brooks. What a catch.
We'll go back and look at that here in a few minutes, but here's the handoff. Cuts up. Positive yardage.
And just like that, the Wampus Cats knocking on the door with the second and goal here with 8 minutes and 44 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
Let's take a look at the play real quick. And there's the pass. Good work by Allison on the camera. And now, handoff, J.D. Bland cuts up into the end zone for Atoka's first score of the game.
That was a great job by J.D. there at the end, moving his feet, putting one in the end zone. Great job.
No penalties, right?
I don't see any.
Okay, just making sure. So Atoka will set up for the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is through the uprights And Atoka cutting the lead back from 21 to 14 will return in just a few minutes. 8:22 still remaining in the third here in Spiro. 21-7 is our score.
Ritter Express Pharmacy in Atoka has been serving as your local hometown team. Since 1972, the Ritter family has been dedicated to your health and well-being. Now with the third generations in pharmacy school and medical school, they are continuing to strive to bring the latest in healthcare innovation to our community. They understand life is busy and have 2 convenient drive-through windows and are well known for their fast and friendly service. Ritter Express Pharmacy is very appreciative of the support of the community over the last 50 years and will continue to work hard and evolve to earn your business. If you need free delivery, a vaccination, a wheelchair, a brace, specialty compounding, a unique request, or just good medical advice you can trust from people that care and are invested in the community, then Ritter Express Pharmacy has you covered. Choose Ritter Express Pharmacy. Experience the personalized care you deserve. Ritter Express Pharmacy is your trusted partner in health.
AmeriState Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At AmeriState Bank, you're more than a customer. You're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at AmeriStateBank.com. AmeriState Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Spiro was able to get the ball back up to close to the 30-yard line to start their next drive after Atoka went on a 8-play drive for 7 points off of a 3-4-yard run by J.D. Bland, the first score for the Wampus Cats in 11 quarters. And so maybe that'll shake off the jitters that the Wampus Cats have had offensively over the last few games.
That could have just been the monkey we needed to get off our back.
Spiro trying to come out and answer. They had success on all of their drives outside of that last drive of the second quarter. Shotgun, ball placed near side of the field. And Graham, another screen, plenty of protection, cuts upfield, positive yardage, flags out. And I believe this one's going to come back on Spiro. Picked up 17 on the gain, but we'll see what happens. 8:04 remaining here, and they're going to call it against Spiro. So wave that one off and place the ball back for a first down and 15.
And looking down on the field, seeing something that's a little bit concerning. Number 9, Kaiser Mullen, slow to get up. He laid there on the field for just a second. I'm not sure what he may have been experiencing, but some severe pain to say the least. But he came off the field under his own power, so that's good to see.
8:01 left to go here in the third. Spiro with the football. Graham sitting back, looking to throw deep down the field, and it's caught at the 30 to the 20. This one should be uncontested, and it was a big throw and catch for the Bulldogs. Just right on the money.
Boy, number 40, Davis Carter, the senior, coming up with a big touchdown catch.
45 yards. Here's the play once again. Just puts it right in perfect position and takes it to the house. And here's the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is through the upright once again. 28-7. Atoka scores their first offensive possession of the game, and Spiro answers with 7:44 remaining in the third.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technology such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
Well, after that break, 7 points extra on the board for Spiro as it's 28-7. The Bulldogs on top with 7:44 still to go here in the third. Atoka was able to produce their first touchdown in 11 quarters. However, Spiro came back to answer quickly with 3 plays and 55 yards on the drive. Big pass and catch there, and another touchdown pass for Graham. And the Wampus Cats will get the ball near the 50-yard line, straight down the middle of the field to start this one off. So great field position, and you hope right here that Atoka can answer back again and keep some momentum at least that they had offensively after that last drive.
Absolutely. You've got to keep your foot on the gas and continue to march down the field and make a solid attempt to put some points on the board.
.37 remaining. Third quarter. Peyton Pugh under center. J.D. Bland in the backfield with Zeke. And looking to pass. Those deep down the field. They're looking for Malachi, and it is overthrown. I'm sorry, that's Zach Jim, the intended wide receiver.
Boy, Zach Jim having a heck of a game this evening. He's been all over the place as well.
Second down and 10. Yeah, they've utilized him in a lot of different areas. You know, obviously he's the backup quarterback, so you'll see him line up occasionally in that quarterback spot. Like to use him there in the wide receiver. They've got a lot of talent there at the wide receiver, so they just haven't been able to get it going. And it's an I formation, ball placed far side of the field again. And in the backfield, downed Zeke. Manages to pick up a couple of yards on the play, but it is a long down situation here for the Wampus Cats. I don't know, Kalen. You sit here, you got, was it 3rd down and 9? And you've got to get something. You know, we don't ever see the bubble screen. I don't even know if they've got it in there.
Oh, you know they do.
But
you know they do.
Perfect time to throw it right here. Handoff. J.D. Bland picks up positive yardage once again. Puts them in a nice little spot here where you could possibly go for a 4th down conversion. Are they going to spot him 2 yards shy?
He's every bit of 4. But, you know, on this offensive possession, you're not looking too bad. You're moving the chains. Field position, not too bad. I agree with the play call. I think you go for it here.
4th down and 3. 4th down and 3. Zeke and Bland in the backfield for the Wampus Cats in the I formation. And what do we have? A timeout called. They call it for the Wampus Cats. So now the Wampus Cats have 2 timeouts remaining. We'll keep it right here as we wait. 4th down and 3. What are you drawing up right here, Kalen?
Well, I think this is a situation as to where you don't want to come out with something so spectacular that it draws another penalty. But, you know, why not set 3 receivers out to the right, throw your tight end far out to the left, and start giving them some confusion and start looking for your 1st down conversion right in the middle of the field behind those linebackers.
Be interesting to see. I think we've seen one slant play drawn up by the Wampus Cats in this season, and it was dropped on the incompletion. So it'll be 4th down and 3 here for the Wampus Cats. And they're setting ace with J.D. Bland in motion. And it's a handoff. Ezekiel cuts back, gets past the first down markers, and is down at the 39-yard line. So a first down run there for Zeke.
Man, the speed of that kid.
You know, I really do feel that Atoka is winning the battle up front. So I think you have to keep the battle up front here in the second half.
Well, during our conversation at halftime, you made a few good points, and one I'm just going to drop in there real briefly is that I feel that the offensive line has done a pretty darn good job this evening.
I do too. It's just you get into, the red zone twice. Penalties set you back. You don't score. You lose an opportunity at 21 points right now for the Wampus Cats. And another positive play that time by Zeke. I do feel the offensive line has played very well. Again, it's been your problem in that first half was penalties. In the second half, you had in the second half so far you've had penalties, but you were able to score on your first drive, and now you're in a chance. You're in Spiro territory with the ball placed at the 35-yard line. It's 2nd down and 6. Another ace formation. Zeke, the lone man in the backfield. JD in motion as he goes from right to left. Handoff, right side, and Zeke cuts into the second level of the defense, moves the chains, and a little bit more there on that first down.
Ezekiel coming alive right now, showing some of the talented speed that he carries with him.
Again, you see another run up the middle. Well, I guess that one's kind of more off tackle than anything. Zeke used good presence there in the backfield to cut and shift back to the left. Picks up a big first down and more as they've got the ball at the 24-yard line. And another toss play out to Zeke. Speed, jumping, hurdle and one. Bounces, and did he lose the football? I don't think he did. Nice run. I think I got a couple of those players mixed up.
Really digging this excitement that Ezekiel's coming to the line with on this series. He's amped up. He wants to put 7 on the board.
We'll go back and look at that here in just a second. But it is 1st down and 10. Technically 1st down and 9. And they'll hand it back off to Zeke. Cuts past 1 tackle. 5 touchdown. Wampus Cats. Ezekiel Brooks trots in for 8 yards on the run and a Wampus Cat touchdown.
Yeah, great job by Ezekiel Brooks on this offensive drive here. Showing tremendous speed and agility, hurdling players.
We'll go back and look at both of those plays in just a second.
And, one of my key factors for winning this game for Atoka and, starting this night off to begin with was time of possession.
And the field goal is up and in. It was a low kick. We'll go back and look at that one. You'll see a Wampus Cat touchdown right here by Brooks. Brooks hurdling the defender on that last one. Yeah, audio issues there for a second. And there's the touchdown run by Brooks. Very, very good drive, with Brooks being the premier caller there in that game, or in that drive.
And, that's the excitement and the discipline that we need going forward for them to keep the momentum in this football game and to tighten this up just a little bit.
And again, you've seen a couple of changes there on the offensive line for the Wampus Cats. They've changed up a couple of the ways that they look at blocks, changed a few stunts there up front. And it has worked out nicely for the Wampus Cats. So they've scored twice in this quarter. They're only down 14, so you get a stop right here, Kalen, and you set yourself up for a 7-point ball game.
Yeah, and right here coming off the kickoff, they've already got them pinned, on their own 18-yard line. So to add with what you were saying, you make this defensive stop here, you get the ball back in your possession, you go put 7 more on the board, you're right back in this ball game.
It'll be 1st down and 10 with the ball at the 18-yard line. Spiro has it, far side of the field. 3 wide receivers bunched up to the right. 1 wide receiver set off far side to the left. Defense pinching on the outside. And here's a run up the middle, nowhere to go, and it is smothered up. I believe was that Michael Miller? Who was that? That was.
Yeah, you're correct. Michael Miller, and I saw Timothy Wingo in on that as well. Unless that may have blended. I may have called that incorrectly. My apologies.
Good play there by Michael Miller, if that's the case. Just a freshman. .3:30 remaining, third quarter. 2nd down and 7 here for the Bulldogs. 3 wide receivers set near side. And they're going to look, screen play, cuts upfield to the 25-yard line. Is actually down at the 23, maybe the 24. Zach Jim in the back there with Wade McCall on the tackle.
Yeah, great coverage on the outside end by the Wampus Cats there and defending that bubble screen. And as you know, the bubble screen has been the go-to play tonight.
It's been the bread and butter all night for the Bulldogs.
You betcha.
So 3rd down and 3. Spiro was able to pick up positive yardage, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper. A little bit of space. Can he get to the marker? And he does not. The defense stops him shy of 1st down, I believe. Well, I don't know. That's close. I think they're going to spot him a yard short. It's hard to tell from this angle, but I think they do spot him a yard short. And it's now 4th down with 2:16 remaining in the third. And a 4th down short situation here as Spiro is in their own territory with the ball at the 27-yard line. Screen play. Jim being held from the back. That one's going to go against Spiro. And so you're going to see a penalty here in a 4th down and long for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, a second flag coming out in the backfield as well.
Zach Jim was getting held over there at that cornerback spot. By Connor Reed, the senior. A little bit of a size difference between those two. As Zach Jim, he's 5'11", and Connor Reed checking in at 5'5". So it took all that Connor Reed could handle to try to slow down Zach Jim from getting a stop in the backfield. They're going to go for it here on 4th down and 11, and now it looks like they're set up to punt. And so a stop here for the Wampus Cats, and the punt rolls out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Now the Wampus Cats trotting back out on offense. You're on the Bulldogs side of the field. Still got plenty of time in this ball game. You're trailing by 14. It's already been a big half. You've made some adjustments. You've got some momentum. 2 straight drives, 2 straight scores for the Wampus Cats. And I think you stick to about the same here of what you were able to do there in those last 2 drives.
Yeah, so as a Wampus Cat fan, you're excited right now because this could be a major key turning point in the game if they're able to score.
Handoff, Ezekiel Brooks cuts upfield, close to the first down, passes the first down, gets a little extra help and a push. And rolling around, Ezekiel Brooks picks up big yardage and moves the chains.
You can see the momentum beginning to shift on the Wampus Cat sideline as they know this is a big opportunity.
High formation once again, ball placed near side of the field. Peyton Pugh hands off JD, and JD dives down to about the 30. I think they're going to spot this one at the 31, but it was still a nice pickup. And it'll bring up second down and mid here for the Wampus Cats. There we go. Now they're starting to work JD into it. Brooks has had a lot of touches here in the second half. And now they're looking at giving the ball to JD a little bit more. As JD set up right side here. Brooks, the lone man in the backfield. Man in motion is JD once again. And a handoff. Brooks picks up positive yardage, shy of the first down marker, but his third down is short for this offense. I'm loving the play calling right now.
Yeah, right now they're spot on the money.
I mean, big difference in this second half. And if you notice, the only man they've had in motion right now is JD.
Yes, sir.
High formation, expect him to get the ball here, and he does. And he barrels his way past the first down marker to the 20.
Picking up that first down, moving the chains.
They needed to get to the 22, and they got to the 20 instead, or the 21. So an extra yard past the first down chain. And Atoka is just a couple of inches away from the red zone for the 5th time tonight. Brooks caught in the backfield, and that will end the third quarter of play. Stick around, the game is not over yet. It's 28-14 heading into the fourth quarter. Spiro is on top, but Atoka trying to answer with another score.
My name is Judy Wheeler. I had a tooth pulled, and I didn't realize how valuable that tooth was till I couldn't chew on that side anymore. And Dr. Holcomb pulled that tooth for me, and then a short time later I came back to work with the lady on the financing. There was no stress, there was no pressure, there was no anything. It's just this is what's available, and y'all can work it out the way that works for you. And we were able to work out a plan that everything just went like clockwork. Now I can chew again on that side.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
Welcome back into Spiro. It is the fourth quarter of action. What did you catch over there, Allison? Caught a football? Nice. The Spiro cheerleaders are throwing footballs at us here in the fourth quarter during the break. Unfortunately, I don't have the hands to catch those, Caleb, like I used to anyway. Ace formation here for the Wampus Cats, and the ball is on the ground, and Zeke's just going to have to fall on this one. It's going to be a loss of approximately 5 yards, and it will bring up third down and 12, I believe, as we start this fourth quarter of action. The Wampus Cats trailing by 14. Now they've got an opportunity to score right here, but they're going to have to do it on, no, it's going to be a third down and 16 play. And those are the things we talked about.
Yeah,
you get
just
into the red zone, and either a penalty, now a loss, a bad pitch. Zeke can't hold on to it, and you got a third down and long situation. Looking to pass, and out in the flats that time, out to their tight end, Wade McCall, and he punches it to the 10-yard line, and that's enough to move the chains. I talked a little bit about that at halftime, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
Go back and look at. Here is the play out to Wade McCall. Just right out there in the flats to the tight end. It's one of those where you fake the block and he just squeezes past the defense, and Atoka handing the ball off to J.D. Bland on the next play up the middle for positive yardage again. The ball placed at the 5-yard line. It is second down and goal.
Atoka doing a great job on their offensive play calling here.
They've gone back to the old school Coach Cup calls, and then this time stuffed in the backfield. Getting into the backfield was big number 64, Tyson Covey. So third down and about an 8 here, Kalen. Do you try to run this one, or do you try to?
I think you do. You've had real good success with your running game thus far.
Third down and 8.
You bet.
Let's see. Pugh under center. And they hand off J.D. Bland, and he's stopped. Nowhere to go. He's caught at the line of scrimmage, in part by Joshawn Jones, the junior. And again, you start talking about size. Jones, he's 6'2", 225 pounds, and J.D., he's a big boy himself, but again, the weight wins that one, 5'11", 200. And Jones used all that extra 25 pounds to stuff him at the line of scrimmage, and now it's fourth down and 8 with 9 minutes remaining in this game. Atoka trailing by 14 and in the red zone for the 5th time tonight. And rolling out, Peyton Pugh looks to throw. He's going to keep it. Dives to the goal line, and he is stuffed at the 1-yard line. It was so close. He was trying to extend that play out, and instead it was stuffed right at the goal line.
Man, how about the effort he gave right there at the end, too? He lowered his shoulder and gave it everything he had to punch that in.
And now the Bulldogs will get the football back at the 1-yard line. And this is the second time we've seen that tonight. The last time didn't go so well for the Wampus Cats, as Spiro went 99 yards on 13 plays and a 2-yard run by Graham. That was the longest drive of the night.
Boy, what a trying drive that was for the Wampus Cats there.
You hate
coming
that
so close.
It came up so short, and now you got to hope and pray that you're able to make a stop here on defense. You've got 4 wide receivers set off to the right. We've only got two defensive backs in the area. Your safety is going to have to pinch. They're looking to run, and they throw it back behind the line of scrimmage, and it goes out of bounds. Luckily that one went out at that 1-yard line, so they don't lose anything on it. What do you think about that?
Well, I was really focused on our defense. You had mentioned that we had only had 2 DBs with a 4 wide receiver set, and I noticed that our free safety floated over there just a tad.
But you're still outmatched there on that. I know you can't run man-to-man against the bubble screen.
Right.
But, I mean, you're still sitting 3v4 in that situation.
Man, but what a time right now to send the team picture. You've got them pinned at the 1-yard line. If I was a defensive play caller right now, I would send everybody.
2nd down and 10. The ball placed at the half-yard line. They do say they lose about half a yard on the play. And it's another screen. Cuts up to the 10, past the first down marker. And Spiro will move the chains. That's a big 2nd down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you want to talk about big-time 2nd downs. I mean, that takes a lot of pressure off. You obviously don't want to be sitting down in 3rd down, territory, with it being 3rd down and 10 at the half-yard line. And instead, you stretch the field out and you give your quarterback a little bit of space to maneuver as he's got 3 wide receivers set off to the left. Looking for the screen once again. He'll keep it, and the defense swarming to the football, and coming in and making another stop that time was Michael Miller. The freshman coming in and making some good plays.
I always love seeing the underclassmen getting a chance to play and, kind of get to experience Friday Night Lights. It's a different atmosphere from a JV game.
JV game team had a game, I believe, on is it Monday or Tuesday against Valiant?
Tuesday, I believe.
3 wide receivers set off near side of the field, handoff up the middle this time. We haven't seen a whole lot of that. I mean, it's really been, screen, and then Bryson Graham taking off for a couple of yards on a scramble. We haven't really seen too much of the running game with Jones there in the backfield. They've got him listed as a tight end and defensive end, but he has been lined up back there in the backfield here for the Spiro Bulldogs for the majority of tonight. And again, you see that 3 wide receiver set scrunched there on the near side of the field. Shotgun, ball placed at the 18, and it's a screen play once again. Caught, cuts up to the 25, positive yardage, and he'll get past the first down marker. That was number 7, Connor Reed. He's a hard guy to catch there onto the outside. He stands at 5'5" only.
We played with a guy, Zach Martinez was his name. I know you remember Zach back in my day. That's who he reminds me of. He's not the most biggest guy on the field, but he is so physical and so fast. He's hard to contain.
7 minutes left in this ball game. We've got a timeout. We'll take a quick break as well. It is the Ion Sports Network on KHKC.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
H&L Custom Processing is proud to support the Atoka Wampus Cats. A family-owned business by Gary and Charity Hensley, H&L offers custom processing of wild game as well as local livestock. H&L is USDA certified and makes it a goal to provide excellent service, cleanliness, and up-to-date processing services in their state-of-the-art facility. With immediate openings for beef and pork processing, H&L is here to help get your team ready for tailgating or backyard cookouts this season. Stop by and check out their facility in Colgate or call 580-258-0263 for more information.
As we come back from the break, let's take a look at the play that we missed. Here it was. It was a run play by Graham, and he is caught by Wade McCall in the backfield. Shotgun here for the Bulldogs. And rolling out another screen over the intended head, the intended hands of Connor Reed once again. We see that a few times where he's overthrown Reed, and again, it's because of the pressure. They're trying to throw deception there with Graham looking right and then throwing left, giving the impression that he's going to take off running to the weak side of the field. And again, shotgun. 6:13 remaining in the game, fourth quarter. Caught in the backfield. The ball is on the ground, and they're going to call him down.
Boy, I don't agree with that at all unless his knee hit the ground.
Let's go back and look at it.
Yeah, I'd like to.
The ball is out.
Yeah, that was a fumble.
The ball is out.
They blew the whistle entirely way too early on that.
Wow. Spiro catches a break. Just trying to replay that one more time, but my timing on instant replay is terrible tonight. And so it's 4th down and 11. It should have been a turnover. You talk about game-changing if that ball is placed at the 26-yard line, and instead Spiro's going to get to punt this one away, and we've got flags against Spiro again, so they're going to move this one back about 5 yards. Man, can you think the opportunity that Atoka would have had?
Yeah, there's no doubt that that play was called down prematurely. But, you know, here you are. You've got Spiro at 4th and 15 with 5:05 left to play in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. Commenter, my mother actually said Spiro's been catching a lot of breaks than they have in this game. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. And it is a low kick out of bounds at the 35-yard line. And so, hey, great field position once again for the Wampus Cats in Spiro territory. Caitlin, you know what? You know what I do here?
What would you do here, Mike?
Second half has been runs on each play of the first half. If you're Spiro, you know, Atoka, you've got 4:45 remaining right here. Honestly, with the ball placed at the 34-yard line, I'm taking a shot at the end zone right here.
You make a good point because I do feel that would catch them off guard. I agree.
We'll see the play call. Ball placed left side of the field, and we got flags already. What are they going to call this on? Okay, that was against Spiro. So now you move up 5 yards. It's 1st down and 5. The ball placed at the 29. Yeah, listen. And that's just me. I take a shot right here. I think that would be the perfect play call.
Yeah, and I agree, too. They already had Malachi lined up out wide. If you would run an inside post route and try and get behind that free safety.
Ezekiel Brooks set 10 yards in the backfield. They're taking a shot deep down, and it is caught! Malachi Brooks on the catch.
What a play.
And Brooks is down. He is hurt. Go back and look at that catch one more time. Here it is. I knew it would be a good play call to go deep down the field, and Brooks just made an amazing catch, but unfortunately, he is down at the moment. There you see him holding his left quad or hamstring.
Yeah, and he went down fast.
But boy, what a play. Are they moving the ball back?
I was so focused on the injured player, I didn't observe what was actually taking place, so I don't know if...
I was sitting there trying to find the...
Okay, so we missed a penalty, I guess.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate because Brooks made an amazing play, and as I said, that was the perfect opportunity to take a shot. And now you're setting up at 2nd down and 10. I don't think you take that same opportunity right here. I think you try to ground this one or I don't know. Looks like you've got JD in the backfield, and they're looking to go for it again. Defensive pressure, and Peyton Pusch is going to take off and run this one past the original line of scrimmage. So he picks up positive yardage, and it's going to bring up third down.
Yeah, what an unfortunate penalty that we missed. Do we have a second for a replay on that? Is that available?
I'm looking at it right now.
We've got time here as the offense gets their play calling going here. So nonetheless, it's going to be the Wampus Cats with the 2nd and 7 attempt. Peyton looking for his receiver downfield, not able to find him. He's being rushed out of bounds.
Yeah, we did not get that penalty in the camera view. Mike, it looks like they spotted the ball right at the same location. So did they call them? Did they say it wasn't a catch?
I'm afraid to even comment on it now.
One of the viewers happened to get a better view of that.
Yeah, for our viewers on YouTube, if you're able to see that or back up and replay it, please let us know in the comments.
And it's caught at the 25, pushes his way past the first down markers to about the 17, and it was a nice passing catch to number 5, Javen Keaton, the guy they've been trying to get going as well here in this game. Okay, that goes back. Gage Williams said past the line of scrimmage. That was from that. Here's a pass down the field and almost intercepted.
Yeah, Peyton trying to find number 9 Kaiser Mullins in the end zone.
I know. Gage Williams, back to that intentional grounding call a little ways back. He said it has passed the line of scrimmage for it not to be intentional grounding, but it was past the line of scrimmage, and I think that's where the confusion was from Coach Cupp's reaction. He thought the same thing. So that's the reason for the intentional grounding way back. They called it, obviously it wasn't, past the line of scrimmage. That's what they called on the field, but it was indeed past the line of scrimmage. Thank you for the input, Gage. I do appreciate it. 2nd down and 10 here for the Wampus Cats. Peyton Pugh rolling out, caught, and again, that's Javen Keaton. They're going to call him down close to the 12-yard line. The Wampus Cats will have about 5 yards for the first down. And it is 3rd down and 5 with 2:33 remaining in the game. You got to get a quick score right here and trying to get the ball back if you want a chance to tie this ball game up.
Yeah, perhaps you're able to put one in the end zone here and go for an onside kick.
Sweep out. Zeke's got a little space, cuts back, slowed down at the 9-yard line, does not pick up the first down, and it'll be 4th down and 1. And Atoka's got 2 timeouts. You got to call a timeout right here. And they do. We'll take a timeout as well here on the Ion Sports Network. Our score 28-14. Spiro on top and at home with 2:21 remaining in the game.
My name is Dr. Matt Holcomb. I'm the owner of Custom Dental of Atoka. We pride ourselves to always being up to date with the newest in technology and dentistry. Have you ever wondered what it would take to have that smile you've always dreamed of? Come visit us at Custom Dental of Atoka. We'd love to go over that with you. If it's implants, if it's braces, if it's cosmetic dentistry, we'll do whatever it takes to get that smile that you've always hoped for and dreamed of. We love serving people, love serving our community, love serving God. Come see us and see how we can take care of all your dental needs.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
All right, here it is. 4th down and 2 for the Wampus Cats. Handoff, J.D. Bland up the middle. It is enough to move the chains, but the clock continues to run. 2:15 remaining, and the Wampus Cats need to score right here and get the ball back quickly if they want a chance to tie this ball game up. So no huddle here for the offense. Looking to pass, going deep down, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, how about that?
You know, we've talked a lot about Malachi Brooks. You know, Prince out of the game. We've talked about him being the, top wide receiver. We can't overlook what Brooks is capable of doing, and he showed right there why Atoka has some of the best wide receiver talent in Class 2A2.
Yeah, there's no question about it. The amount of people that Peyton can look to downfield.
So 20-28 in a minute 56. I think Atoka, we're going to see onside kick here, 28-21. You got a minute 56 remaining. Let's go back and look at that passing catch from Malachi Brooks. Here it is. And I'm going to pause it right here. Oops, no, that's not it. Okay, hold on one second. I'll get it for you. This thing is just acting weird tonight. All right, let's see if we got it here. Here it is. Look. Oh, you can't see it because of the pole in the way, but man, what a catch. What a catch. Malachi Brooks. 2 big plays like that has set Atoka up 28-21. Malachi Brooks making the case for player of the game tonight. Also presented to you by Ameristate Bank. We'll get to all of that for our post-game show. Onside kick. Now we've got flags. It'll be offsides by the Wampus Cats. Our post-game show is brought to you by Farmers Agent Lucinda Holland. If you're looking for an insurance agent who can help you understand your options, call Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3347. We appreciate all of our viewers and listeners for tonight's game. We'll have our post-game coverage coming up. Right now, though, Atoka with a minute 55, down by 1 score. They have worked their way back. They allowed 21 points there in the first half. They've only allowed 7. They have really swallowed up the offense here in the second half for the majority of this game, and they have looked really good in the second half. Not too much, with not enough time. It all depends here on this kick. And it is a high bounce, and the ball is free and caught by Spiro. Boy, who was that making that play?
Man, you couldn't have asked for a prettier ball, though. I mean, if you're going to onside kick, that's the ball.
It was there. And so now Spiro has a chance. Timeout right now. Let's get a shot.
Just a great kick. Atoka not able to come up with it, unfortunately.
One big first down right here, and Spiro will win this ball game. Minute 52 remaining. I mean, there's still a chance. We've seen crazier things happen, but it's going to take a couple of miracles here for the Wampus Cats in the remainder of this game. And cuts upfield. Graham has lots of space. There's the first down he needed, but a holding call, I believe. There are flags down on the field. We'll see if that's the actual call. Usually that is in the area of holding. It is against the offense. So push that one back.
1 minute, 41 seconds left here, left playing the game.
Problem is that the game clock does not reset. And so even with the holding call, Spiro's still able to take off time from the clock. Shotgun. Rolling, quarterback keeper. Graham has it. Caught in the backfield, stuffed by Zach Jim. And I tell you what, that guy can lay a hit stick on somebody like
he can.
We have not seen out of this defense. I mean, you look at Wade McCall. Wade McCall is a guy that can do it. Tristan Coben is another guy that can lay the hammer down. But we've just seen it time and time again out of Zach Jim over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, Zach Jim can bring the heat. I like the intensity and the physicality that he brings to this football team.
So a timeout called. We'll keep it here. Minute 30, it's 2nd down and 10. Now Atoka with no timeouts left in this game. They've got to get a stop here. You're not going to have a lot of time once that happens. Spiro still has 2 timeouts left. There is a chance. But again, it all starts up front here with this defensive line for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, you're really going to have to dig deep and make something happen here real quick to put yourself in a position to hopefully get a game-tying touchdown and the ball back in your hands.
Shotgun, 2nd down and 10. Handoff. And nice yardage. It does bring up 3rd down. Clock continues to tick here with a minute 17. 30 seconds on the play clock. They're going to continue to let the clock tick. Take as much time off as possible. Should set up, barring a 1st down. Just a few seconds left on the clock for Atoka's offense. And a stop. So we'll bring up 4th down. And again, Atoka, no timeouts right now, Caleb.
Yeah, it's...
Actually, no, I had my time wrong. That's all they have to do is just run out the clock down.
That's gonna do it, unfortunately.
My math was completely wrong on that. My apologies to the viewers. That will be the game, 28-21. Atoka goes down in defeat, a heartbreaking loss, an incredible second half for the Wampus Cats. But again, the Wampus Cats lose against Spiro, who, listen, they had a great game. Great game. We'll get into our post-game coverage coming up here in just a few minutes.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
I come to Dr. Hookham because he was highly recommended. I had dentures ever since I've been 20 years old. So I've had them for 50 years. And out of the 50 years, I had to use all the dental cream and tooth goo, and it's terrible. They got the implants where they snap in and out, and I could not tell you how proud I am of them. And he is great. It's worth the trip to Atoka just to have him work on you.
Let Dr. Holcomb change your life forever. Visit atokadentist.com.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technologies such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
Logan & Sons in Atoka has the outdoor equipment from top brands to make your outdoor work or play a cinch. Still, Exmark, Hustler, Spartan, Intimidator UTVs, and Envy neighborhood vehicles are in stock and ready for you. Stop by today at 853 South Mississippi or call 580-889-3329. Logan & Sons, proudly supporting all our local athletes.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you.
Well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on this 2024 Silverado. Or get $5,750 total cash allowance. That's 10% below MSRP. Chevrolet, the #1 selling truck brand in Texoma.
Well, you talk about how close this one was. 1 yard. 1 yard on a QB scramble by Peyton Pugh. And we may be talking about a different ball game come the final seconds of this one. Unfortunately, though, that is not the way that it took place. 28-21. And I just want to start off and say I was very critical of the Wampus Cats in the first half. They played terrible in the first half, but a completely different team in the second half. They lose this game, but they put themselves in positions to win it. They fought hard. That was the best half of football I have seen Atoka play all year long, and I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm very proud of the way that they played, at least in the second half.
Yeah, there's no question when they came out in the second half that they had completely switched gears and gathered up to put this together and try and get back in this game, which they did with the score being so close as it was. So tremendous effort by the Wampus Cats, just couldn't come up with the win here at the end in Spiro.
It was a great effort there in this ball game for the Wampus Cats, and unfortunately they leave with a loss. And I thought that, again, it was the best half of football that I've seen the Wampus Cats play. Our post-game show is brought to you by Lucinda Holland, Farmers Agent, and Lucinda Holland is a Farmers Agent serving our community. She's always just a phone call away at 580-889-3347. Now, before we get into our star of the game, let's talk a little bit about that first half. First half, it was just a tremendous showing by Spiro and their quarterback. Graham, who just lit it up. They had a 99-yard drive. That's how good this offense was rolling in the first half. Defense comes out for the Wampus Cats in the second half. They hold them to a score. Technically, the Wampus Cats came out trailing 21-7 and were able to score on their first drive of the second half. Spiro answers with a big drive themselves, 3 plays, 65 yards, and a score on a big passing touchdown to their junior wide receiver. Atoka, after that, held the offense in check. Spiro wasn't able to put up any more points. Atoka was able to cut it back to 21-28. And again, a 1-yard difference in this game. And that's the reason why they say football is a game of inches.
Yeah, I mean, you can't denote the effort that was put forth in the second half. The penalties in the first half were not good by any means, but the showing that we were left with here tonight as the clock hit 0 was tremendous. I love the heart, the effort that the boys and the team and the athletic staff put in this evening. You know, there was that one offensive drive there where it was a game-changing moment right there on the 1-yard line where Peyton lowered his shoulder and he tried to punch one in but just couldn't get there.
Yep. Play calling was tremendous in the second half, too. I mean, the
Yes.
execution was there. I mean, obviously, you know, the play calls don't work if the players aren't executing. But it seemed to click in the second half. And, again, the Wampus Cats were looking at 11 straight quarters without a score. And they come into the third quarter and they start showing that production and that want and that drive that they needed, you know, in the last 2 games. And unfortunately, it ends with a loss tonight. But you can't hang your head too high because you still have opportunities. The whole district could shake up. It could shake up in the next couple of games. So you still have an opportunity sitting here with a 2-6 record.
Yeah, we haven't had the availability this evening to review some of the other scores that's been going on.
Let's do that now.
Oh, we do have that opportunity.
We do have the opportunity.
Well, I'm all about taking advantage of an opportunity. Let's just see.
Let's take a look at the rest of the district right now. Before we do that, let's step aside over to the Colgate game, which is part of the Ion Sports Network. Beggs on top, the final 48-8. Colgate goes down by 40 in that game. Now let's step aside and look at our district. We were talking about Henrietta and Antlers. That was 15-0 at the first half and at the break. And the final ends up being 34-0. And Henrietta goes on to beat Antlers big by 34. Vian Wilburton, the final, still going on right now as it shows, but Vian on top 56-13. And Valiant on top of Morris 42-6. That another big one. And I believe that was it for our district this week. So not too big of a shakeup there in district play like we were hoping.
Yeah, so not what we thought could have potentially happened. But, hey, you know, that's why we strap them up and go play the game.
Well, not we, but, you know, them.
No, I can't.
Our star of the game presented to you by Ameristate, on the go and informed. That's banking with Ameristate Bank's mobile app, ASB everywhere. Download for free or on your iPhone or Android device. Now, here's the thing. We're going to do things a little bit different this week. Not that we got in trouble for anything. We just want the coach to have a little bit more input in some of these decisions. And I think that's fair. Considering that they see a lot more of the X's and O's than we do in regards to execution and things of that nature. But with that being said, we are going to talk about a couple of guys that we think deserve it. I had a couple of choices. I thought Zach Jim was phenomenal on both sides of the ball, doing the little things right in tonight's game. You can make a case for Tristan Coben defensively. You can also make a case for who I think would be the player of the game just by what he was capable of doing on the field. There's a couple of guys. Zeke was phenomenal. J.D. Bland was good. But, boy, let me tell you about Malachi Brooks, man. That dude was absolute balling tonight.
Yeah, he was getting down out there, made some big-time catches for us. Just really a fun athlete to watch.
Throw it up to him and let him Randy Moss that thing. I mean, he was just absolutely a freak of nature tonight. And to me, that's who I would have as a pick for a player game. But what about you, Kalen? You had a couple of different guys.
I really had a couple. The one that stands out most to me, in my opinion, means absolutely nothing. This is just what I observed this evening. But it's going to be number 60, Tylen Rector. Tylen was running around out there like a madman tonight. You could see the aggression, the physicality. He was bringing pressure off the outside, putting it on Spiro's quarterback, giving it his all. That's the man that I would be eyeballing, but it's not up to me, thankfully. So we are going to let the higher-ups have their input.
The higher-ups. We're just letting them do it. I mean, obviously, well, I guess they deserve to do it, but it is a team effort with all of us.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, and I'm glad you said that too. Hey, the defensive line and the offensive line, all those kids that are on that line, I thought they did pretty well tonight.
Yeah.
I thought they did pretty darn well.
The offensive line played great.
I thought they did good.
First and second half, I mean, honestly, penalties, man. Penalties killed this game.
There's no question about it. If you would have cleaned up, guys, I don't have the statistic. I'm merely throwing a dart at the wall. I'm just going to guess we had 60 yards worth of penalties.
No, I would even say more than that, but, I mean, you don't need statistics for it. You were in the red zone twice tonight and weren't able to put up points of any sort because of penalties driving you back. I mean, those are backwards plays, and unfortunately that is ultimately what costed you the game tonight. But again, an amazing second half, and does Atoka deserve victory tonight? No. Can they clean things up? Yes. Did they work really hard and have a great second half? Absolutely. And
yeah, 100%.
And you can't deny that second half was. Listen, I thought it was one of the better coached halves of the season.
It looked solid. It really did. They looked solid.
And again, coaching can only do so much if the players aren't executing, and that's, again, penalties. It was what really killed it. We will get to you on the star of the game at another time, but again, your post-game show brought to you by Farmers Agent Lucinda Holland. If you're looking for an insurance agent who can help you understand your options, call Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3347. That is it for Kalen Nagorski and myself, Michael Gabbard. The final tonight, 28-21. Spiro wins at home. Atoka drops to 2-6 on the year. This has been another edition of Keystone Broadcasting. Michael Gabbard, Kalen Nagorski signing off here on KHKC 102.1 FM, The Brand.